Love to
You
see
said
it.
who's getting back together?
I was talking to Trent, but I was talking about the Hurt Business.
Are they getting back together?
Well, it's not. I mean, Cedric and Shelton are tagging together, so
I mean, they've been doing that shit since main event.
yeah, no, but MVP's out here with him. That's
You're
the
watching
difference.
Monday Night Raw right now?
I was before we got on the show.
Oh my god. You like
Yeah,
watching Monday
there's
Night
no
Mighty
Monday Night
Wonders?
Football to watch, so I was
Oh,
just
so you
Hey,
watching
waiting
Monday
on
Night
you.
Raw?
Yeah, I was
That's
waiting
crazy.
on it until we got live.
Nick, what you got? What you about to say, bro?
Super Bowl this week, Dub. How you feel?
I don't care. I feel the same way I felt before. Like,
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to, cause I ain't know this man was him. This Leaf Diggy dude who I just saw in the chat.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
This man's crazy. This man's crazy.
Leaf?
I ain't know. Yeah, I saw him
I
on
know
the
who.
open gym.
Yeah, I know who Leaf is.
Not the last one, not the impromptu one y'all did, but the one before. When it was like Mars, J. Rob, Low, all that. This man's crazy. I'm not gonna hold you. I
Leaf is a
saw
wild
him. I
dude.
saw his name, and I was like, yeah.
Leaf is a wild dude. I want to open up the show by
What's good,
saying
Leaf?
I do want to mention that this show is sponsored by Lucra, bro. Use code Players Choice to get a free $5 on that. You could make some wagers with us to see if you guys can win some money against us, bro. For the Super Bowl bet wager of the week, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do AJ Brown versus Travis Kelsey for yards. So always keep that in mind. So Travis Kelsey versus AJ Brown, 4 yards. We're taking AJ Brown. You guys are taking Travis Kelsey. If you're down to take that wager, bro, go ahead.
I will.
Shoot
I
us.
will. I will do it right
Shoot us
now.
the wager, bro, on Lucra app. Use code Players Choice to get a free $5, man.
I low key will do that. I'm not gonna hold you.
Got you. Go ahead, do it, bro. You really
Yeah,
think you
I'm
really
gonna send it right now. Yeah,
you
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Dub. This title, you got no logic with this shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
how
Yeah,
don't
it's
I
a
have any
wild.
logic?
It's a wild title.
Because it's not because from
Did you
coming
guys
from
see did you guys see ESPN and the way that they were talking about Joe Montana?
what
Did you
did they
guys
say?
even see that?
What did they say?
Oh my god. All right, so if you guys would have seen it, you guys just feel exactly how I felt.
They
So
was hyping him up. OD.
Dan Orlovsky, yes, Dan Orlovsky sat here and said he gave his top five, and they were giving him crap about his top five because Joe Montana wasn't in it. Then you had old heads in there talking about Joe Montana. They would take Joe Montana in the fourth quarter to win a Super Bowl over Tom freaking Brady, bro.
OD.
Over
Okay.
Tom Brady. So that's where this stemmed from, bro. The old head narrative of Joe Montana being the GOAT and everything, and then you're propelling him to a level to be over Tom Brady is asinine.
Wait, but Dub, I think I know now that you said that. I know they talking about Keyshawn Johnson said he was the GOAT before Brady, though. That's what he was saying.
No, 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 but he said word for word, I would take Joe Montana to lead a fourth
Okay,
quarter
he's
drive than Tom Brady.
okay. That's cat, but that don't make him not as good as you think. That don't make
That isn't not as good as you think, bro. That is, especially when we sit here and look at Joe Montana's career. And one of the points that stuck with me, right, is that you guys know how Tom Brady gets as much hate for playing again with the stacked defenses, with Ty Law, da 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 da. You know, the man literally said the 3 rings he first won, I just moved them out of the equation. Are you serious?
what
Because
do you
in
mean?
2003, Tom Brady was going tit for tat in a fourth quarter with the Carolina Panthers, and they won that because of him. The man, you said Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Keyshawn Johnson said, "Oh yeah, or they were winning because of Joe Montana and who he was those 4 times." No, they wasn't. A lot of the times when they won in 1984, when they won the Super Bowl, bro, the defense as a whole only let up 26 points throughout that whole entire playoff run. 26 points.
okay.
That's crazy. That's the deep. That's not Joe Montana playing at this godly level. That's literally the defense locking
Yo,
shit up.
yo, Dub,
That's a fact. In
you are so
1988,
lucky.
in 1988, right? In 1988, the defense only allowed 20. I think it was 28 points throughout that whole postseason run. How is that Joe Montana not benefiting from his defenses? So
No,
So are you just saying you want them
yo,
to
you are
like?
so
Oh wait.
lucky. We can't talk about this shit.
So are you just saying like you want them like? because you know how like people with Brady, they'll bring up, oh, he had all these defenses and stuff. Do you just want them to keep the same energy with Montana then?
That is the only thing
I was
that
just
I
about
want.
to say that because
that is fair. That
you
is
were bringing
fair.
up
They
the
don't bring
defense,
up.
and then I was about to bring up Peyton Manning with in 2015. Like their defense helped him damn near carry his ass.
Yeah, but Dub has gone on record saying he doesn't count that ring. Like he gets carried.
But
I
the
don't
thing
care.
is though, like,
Trent, stop. I know what you like.
So you don't count Brady's rings, then,
bro? Let's talk about something.
It's just. The thing is, though, even though
you don't count some of Brady's rings, then?
you know how good he was in the playoffs, though, right?
Who, Joe Montana?
Yeah, Joe Montana was really good in the playoffs, bro.
He was really good.
He was really good in the playoffs, 100%. But to sit here and discount the fact that the defense was at the same time locking everything up, it's crazy to sit here and discount.
I'm gonna be honest. What's his name picking Montana like to what game-winning drive? That's just old head nostalgia shit.
That's it. Okay,
that's all that is.
That's the same shit. People say warm moon top 5. Like, well, you're basing this off ESPN, though. Dog.
Yeah, why are we talking about dudes on ESPN?
No. What are you talking about, bro? It's sports, bro. This is the old head.
All right, I have a question. Did you see what Trent Dilfer said about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers?
You said what?
Did you see what Trent Dilfer said about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers?
What he said?
He said like what they're doing now is not that impressive because like in the NFL now, like receivers can't get touched and like quarterbacks can't get hit and like receivers can't get hit over the middle and shit like that.
I mean, he's wrong about it not being impressive, but
I agree with that.
But he is right that
he's right on what he's saying, but he's wrong saying it's not impressive.
Yeah, facts. But
that's what I said. Yeah.
I'm actually with Dub on this in a sense, and what I mean by that is people don't hold this like. Yes, I think usually most people recognize that Tom Brady's the GOAT. However, a lot of Tom Brady haters and people that try to discredit him, they immediately go to, oh, well, Brady had a top 10 defense when he won this, and Brady had a top 10 defense when he won that. Nobody keeps that same energy for Joe Montana. Not a soul. Not a soul keeps that same energy. So, like in that sense, yeah, like the nostalgia with Joe Montana, it's not on the same level, but it's the same. It kind of reminds me of the Michael Vick nostalgia. Everybody thinks because Michael Vick, it's not the same level, Trent. I see your face. It's not the same level, but you know how they be with Michael Vick. They be OD with Michael Vick. I feel like sometimes they be OD with Montana, especially when they use it to discredit Tom Brady. Because they'll be real quick to go to Joe Montana when talk about Tom Brady. Oh, Tom Brady had all these top 10 defenses and stuff. Montana, blah, blah, blah. Fourth quarter, I'll take him on. I'm like, well, Montana has some great defenses too. Montana had defenses that locked up too. Like, Montana didn't really have to do that much. You know what I mean? He played great. Shout out to him. He played great. Shout out to him. But when you look at the run,
do that much.
If your defense held what? So I'm assuming they played what, 4 games?
What?
What did you just say? That the defense held held his opponents to 28 points.
In 1981, right? in 1981, that's the one year where Joe Montana, if you want to argue that throughout the postseason, that wasn't the defense locking up. It was that fact that he was stepping up to the plate and still having to outscore a lot of teams. Besides the Super Bowl against the Bengals, because they barely won that game, and Joe Montana wasn't going crazy, the divisional round and the conference championship, yes, Joe Montana did his thing, especially against the Cowboys. That was a great game.
What was the year
that was 1984. In 1984, the defense in 3 games only let up 26 points in 3 games in 1984, and in 1989,
9 points a game.
Yeah, and in 1989 it was 28 points
in 3 games or 4 games.
In 3 games.
So that's 20. That's 9 points a game each one.
So wait, what was Joe Montana's worst Super Bowl?
The Cincinnati. The Bengals
11-0 touchdown to interception ratio in the fucking Super Bowl is
that's great. That's fantastic. Like, because I think Colin Kaepernick was the first quarterback to turn over the ball.
No offense, when you're blowing up teams,
that's a crazy stat, G, baby.
I'm just mad confused.
What's good?
What's happening, y'all?
But G-Baby, you use this for so many other quarterbacks though. That's why I don't get it.
All I said was I'm not on Dub all the way. Like, well, pause. I'm not with Dub's argument all the way. Like, I just think at times people be OD with Joe Montana. That's all I said. And I agree. If your defense is giving up,
G-Baby, let's be real. You're with me. You're with me. You're with me on this take all the way. You said exactly what I meant this whole entire time. I
I'm
did
just
not say that
confused.
Joe
No.
Montana wasn't
But,
great. I did not.
yeah,
Wait.
I
Come on.
agree.
You're with me, G baby. You better
He said
stand in
what?
the fucking fire,
No,
bro.
Not all the way. He ain't say all the
Okay,
way.
so because what I was trying to explain with that was I do believe Dub has a point. If your defense is giving up 28 and 26 points in 3 games, that's 9 points a game. All you got to do is get a touchdown and a field goal, you win. Like that's not like his defense is playing OD. I don't think that's a bad take to bring up.
But I'm
And
saying
the reason why I'm saying is because I'm gonna go back to what I said originally. I think people beat OD with Montana in the specific case when they compare to Tom Brady, because they'll be real quick to bring up Tom Brady with his top 10 defense and stuff. Nobody ever brings up that Montana's defense allowed 9 points a game throughout 2 Super Bowl runs.
But
nobody ever brings that up.
But G baby, it's a dumb argument for both sides though. It's a stupid argument to bring up.
Yeah,
but okay, so people beat OD with Brady when they bring up his top 10 defenses. People beat OD with
That's
Montana
exactly
when they
what we're
refuse to
highlighty,
acknowledge.
Trent.
Yeah, that's
When
I'm saying.
they
That's
refuse to
exactly
acknowledge.
what
Montana made the throws though.
Montana was
a bad
balling.
argument anyway.
Hey, but so
Yeah,
did Tom Brady,
Montana
but
was-
they still discredit.
they both were
you
balling.
know, people still discredit Tom Brady.
Okay, we know that. But I'm saying
We know that,
But
and
I'm
that's
just-
dumb as hell.
So
Yes.
yes, it's dumb as hell. But I think if you're gonna bring up Tom Brady's top 10 defenses, let's not forget about Montana and the defenses that are literally, we just went through it in 3 games twice. They allowed 9 points a game. Like all I'm saying is for those people that love to discredit Tom Brady with his top 10 defenses, let's not forget Montana had 2 defenses in 2 Super Bowl runs that gave up 9 points a game. Is that not OD? Like, did Legion of Boom even allow that? When they went, like, how many points were they allowing in that run? Like, if Legion of Boom ain't even do that, did No Fly Zone do that?
Okay,
Like,
so
9 points in
we
2
can go with that.
in 2 Super Bowl runs.
Okay, so we went through all this. So now, what is that
Legion of
translate
Boom
to? What
didn't
is
do
not
that.
as good as you think? Even what you just said, that's fine.
Oh my
Not
God.
as good as you
Trent.
Because
So,
as a
Doug, do you think
Trent,
Joe
stop.
Montana's a top 5 quarterback?
Listen to the points in which we're talking about. You said I'm not with Dub all the way. Nobody even said anything about Joe Montana. Well, all we're doing is we're shedding light on the scenario of Joe Montana and the inconsistencies that a lot of NFL fans and the NFL media has. People complain about Tom Brady and his supporting cast. People complain that he had Gronk. But for Joe Montana, they don't talk about how he had Jerry Rice. They don't talk about he had also elite defenses that helped him win Super Bowls to blow teams out in the Super Bowl as well. Look, don't make that face. He had Ronnie Lott on that team.
Nah,
Come
they
on,
talked
bro.
about how all the weapons for the Niners. They talked about it. They talked about the defense. They talk about Jerry Rice. That's what they say. They say, oh, Montana would have been done without Jerry, and Jerry would have been done without Montana.
So why do they
can I
penalize
rebuttal
Tom
that?
Brady, but they don't
Thank
penalize
you.
Joe Montana?
Thank you. I was
Why
like,
do
because
they
if we're keeping it
penalize?
a buck-
Why do they?
Because they just
why do they
hate.
penalize Tom
Because
Brady?
if we're keeping it a buck,
Because it's just hate.
When we talk about Joe Montana, not a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, yeah, this, that." They just immediately go top 3 quarterback all time.
That's
top
not
2.
true.
He was
That's
no.
That's a
That's
bad
not
take, bro.
true.
Everybody
Come
says
on,
it. It's
man.
well
That is
documented
true.
and well known.
That is
Everybody
true.
knows that about Joe.
Everybody knows that, bro. Let's not do that, bro.
No,
Let's not-
okay,
That's not-
no. But I'm
G,
saying,
baby, go ahead.
Why are we
Keep
getting
going.
nasty on Joe Montana?
But I'm saying when people talk about Joe Montana, don't nobody discredit that man. Don't nobody say, "Oh, well, yeah, this defense and this receiver." Don't nobody use that to discredit it. They bring it up, yes. They bring up that he had those weapons, but not a soul discrediting. With Tom
Yo,
Brady,
I'ma keep
well,
it
it's
real
easy
with
to win
you.
all them Super Bowls when you have a top 10 defense all year.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's because he played so long ago, right? The longer we get away from players' careers, the less that we are in the moment. We're in the moment with Tom Brady, so we're able to see. Oh no, there's a lot of haters still with Tom Brady. But the further we get away, the further we get out of the moment. With Joe Montana, these same criticisms you're talking about when I was growing up, that's what people said. Oh, we have Jerry Rice. Oh, the Niners defense is elite. The run game. There's all these other things with Joe Montana, the Niners organization. But the same things they're saying about the Tom Brady check down Tom, people are going to forget that shit. Straight up. In about 10, 15 years, nobody's going to be talking about damn Julian Edelman and Wes Welker. Are you kidding me? They're not gonna care about that. All they're gonna say is Gronk is good and the defense and Bill Belichick. They're not gonna bring up the defense. They're not gonna bring up the run game.
I think they're going to talk about Wes Welker, and I
Not
think they're going to
Julian
talk
Edelman.
about. No, I think they'll talk about Edelman because how good he performed in the playoffs.
I was about to say, don't he lead the leading receiver?
That's
for
like saying
receiving
John
yards
Taylor.
in a
That's like
Ain't
saying
he the
John
leading
Taylor for the
receiver
Niners.
That's it. Really is.
But
Yeah.
No,
Justin,
but I'm saying,
this
ain't he the
is,
leading receiver though?
this is
for
the
receiving
inconsistencies
yards
we
in the
have with
playoffs?
people.
He's second all
Because
time in playoff
This is the
receiving.
inconsistencies we have with people because not a lot of people think that way, right? We live here, and I've heard people on this show. You guys want? I talk this stuff from a topic from ESPN with Dan Orlovsky. I don't know if you see that with Keyshawn Johnson, just lying to everybody saying that he would take Joe Montana to win a game or go perform in the fourth quarter. That was just cap. That was nothing but cap. Number one. Number two, we literally have had people diminish on this show to try to diminish Tom Brady, the supporting cast in which he had, but then have Joe Montana as a number one or number two guy. This is the top of logic that happens consistently. So you as a Niners fan, since you've seen that, you grew up in it, that's something that you've seen. But not all the conversations that I've been a part of in my lifetime, all I've seen was nothing but praise, nothing but sucking up for Joe Montana as if he did nothing wrong.
See, that's because the era, bro. Like, so I'm telling you, like, the same thing's going to happen with your kids. They're going to be talking about Tom Brady, and all of them going to be glazing. None of them going to have anything hate-wise to say. Trust me, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
We're going to appreciate what he did. 7 rings.
Who on the show? No, because I think I don't know if I heard. Who on the show has Joe Montana top 2?
Mookie.
Bro.
Wait, Justin, do you have Joe Montana top 2?
Nah.
Dag, nobody up
Okay,
there.
okay. Hold up. We're saying top 2. Do you have Joe Montana top 3?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, so one spot. Like
I got him.
I mean,
Like,
but I
what's
don't
that?
know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to compare him to Brady because Brady is way better.
Wait. Where do
Yeah.
you have Joe Montana though, Trent?
Like 4. I'm 4.
After who?
What's his name? Peyton and A-Rod.
Hey, who?
And A-Rod.
As in Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, Rodgers, Aaron, number 12.
Get him.
Yes.
Get him.
How's Aaron Rodgers? You got Aaron Rodgers in your top 3 all time when he got 1 Super Bowl. How?
I'm not like the Super Bowl merchant ring count shit.
You don't
I like
gotta
the-
be. So he
I'm
last
saying,
time he
though,
been
you
in
saying
what?
only one Super Bowl, like that's gonna move the needle for me.
2000. He ain't had a Super Bowl this decade. In his prime, he didn't get one. How you got him in his top 3 all time?
As a player, I have him as a top 2 quarterback. I think he's at a 3, top 3 quarterbacks. I think he's them.
Let me ask you this: if you take Super Bowls out of the equation, what does he do better than Dan Marino?
What? Everything. Besides having a deeper
Okay,
arm.
you're losing me.
Everything.
You're losing me. You're losing me.
Everything.
What does he do better than Dan
Everything.
Marino? You talk no, because you're gonna go straight to the touchdown interception ratio. That's what you're gonna go. That's what everybody. And you're gonna go straight to the touchdown interception ratio. And guess what? The league is different now than it was. Dan Marino was putting up them numbers. Dan Marino was putting up them numbers in a run heavy game. Run heavy. That's how it was back then.
Brought that TD. You know what I don't like? That y'all motherfuckers always sit up here and talk about TD every great interception on the 90s because you know that shit is bad. Oh, if the league was different, my nigga, if you're throwing picks over 10 plus, that's still bad.
No, the league was different. It's a pass heavy league now. The game has changed.
What's your job to play for a quarterback?
Trent, what I'm saying is
What's
the
your
numbers
job
are
for a quarterback?
skewed now differently, right? There's better offensive numbers than there were in the past.
That's
Yes or
fine.
no?
I'm trying to excuse, but excusing turnovers.
It's not an excuse. Dan
It
Marino
is.
was doing the same shit Aaron
Because-
Rodgers was doing
here's the
back
thing.
then is what I'm
Here's the
saying.
thing.
What's the
Before-
difference?
Wait, here's the thing though. Besides having a
Rodgers
deeper
won.
arm, he does nothing better than Aaron Rodgers playing quarterback. Nothing. Not a single damn thing.
All right, so then throw Pat Mahomes in there over both of them.
That's
Facts.
fine.
Facts.
I don't give a
Facts.
fuck.
I
I'm just
agree.
saying.
I agree.
I'll put Pat Mahomes over both of them.
That's
I got
fine.
Pat
That's
Mahomes
not
over
my thing.
both
You
of
said
them.
Marino.
I
Like he don't
agree.
do, like he does
Marino
everything.
and Aaron Rodgers are the same thing, man. Same thing.
Huh?
Same player.
How's it the same player?
Aaron Rodgers and Dan Marino are the same player.
How is it the same?
I don't
player?
agree with that.
How is it the same player? Because of what?
Both elite arms. It's the difference in era, right? It's like saying somebody was a good shooter basketball wise in the early 90s versus saying they're a good shooter now. You're going to have more threes. You're going to have more points as a shooter in the era today than you did back in the early 90s. It's just factual.
Okay, that's
Like
fine.
Mark Price wasn't going to average no damn
You can
30
look at-
points.
You can look at QB play and see what's his name's a way better decision making than Dan Marino. Even if you look at it in the 90s from the 2010s.
I
And that's
don't
not even-
agree with that.
That's not even a question to debate about.
I'm actually low key. You brought up the basketball analogy because I wanted to bring it back to a point you said earlier. Because you said like the more time gets away from the time, they start kind of forgetting about that stuff. I was gonna ask if you felt the same way because I feel like in basketball, the more time we get away, the more we start highlighting some of these people that like, you know what, maybe Kareem isn't as good as we thought he was, and maybe these players back then, old head. I'm not calling you old head bias. That's why I was asking. That's why I wanted to ask. Like, do you like? Because in basketball, I feel like it's the opposite.
For hoop,
like,
it
I
is
don't
the
think-
opposite.
But hey,
Yeah, so that's why I don't think of the NFL. Like, I feel like if anything now nowadays, we're going to look back at that time and we're gonna be like, you know what? Nah, you know what? I don't think this dude is better than
So here's
Aaron
what I think.
Rodgers
I
or-
think with the reason why with NFL is different than NBA In NBA, the game has become more skilled, I would say. So it's not necessarily harder to play, but the game has become more skilled. So when you look at the players like a Bob Cousy, you look at him in this era versus the players now, you're going to be like, okay, he's shitting on him. But the players in the NFL were warriors back then, so they're more immortalized. And you got you talking about OJ Simpson or Walter Payton versus the running backs of today, you're going to look at it like, oh, it's not even a contest.
What you mean by warrior, though? What you mean by warrior?
Wait.
They were these motherfuckers were playing with broken fingers.
NFL.
Oh, so you mean like they weren't sitting out games basically?
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
you can't say the NFL is not more skilled now than it was back then.
I'm not talking about the skill level. I'm talking about it was looked at back then. You played through your injuries. You were getting quarterbacks were getting hit. These PI penalties weren't the same as they are now. You weren't getting, hits to helmet hits to the head. So I think there's a little bit level of different respect for older players than there is now with the rules that are set up.
But I'm low key with G baby to the sense that like maybe we had to start retracking back and just because like again Dan Marino like after he hit that peak year and shit like that, the rest of his career was cool. Like he was a good ass quarterback. But for that era, that QB era, it's kind of weak. Like my nigga Warren Moon made a Pro Bowl when he had threw 23 touchdowns and 21 picks. That's not good.
But I'm not gonna lie, Trent.
This is why
I say you're nasty because you have to understand.
It's not good.
Dan Marino, Trent, listen for a second. You do a lot of talking, you never listen though. So please listen for a second. So listen, what we're trying to convey to you, Trent, is that the interception ratio that 48 and 17, right? Dan Marino 1984. 48 and 17 in today's day is really good. It's really good.
Yeah, that's 1 year though. Yeah, I know that.
Yes, but 48 and 17 in 1984 is fucking astronomical. That is unheard of.
That's
that is not
outlier.
something nobody. And I mean, no, Trent. Hold on. No, because you don't understand.
Why are you talking about this shit?
No, Trent. You're doing it again. You're doing this again. You're doing this again instead of listening. You're doing this again, but you're not listening. Dan Marino, in that time, what he was doing, nobody was ever doing in the whole entirety of the NFL, right? At all. The next quarterbacks that was close to him was probably throwing 25 TDs and 12 to 15 interceptions. And that was the best one. That was the next man up. On average, quarterbacks was literally throwing 15 TDs and 15 interceptions.
Yo, Troy Aikman's in the Hall of Fame, and he averaged like 3,800 yards a season. He wasn't doing Alex Smith numbers.
Yeah, but when we talk about era.
Wait, well, hold on. But I'm saying,
I'm sorry,
what you say? Oh, I'm about to say.
When we talk about
Dan Marino, I get the Dan Marino shit. Nobody's talking about that. First off, I kind of don't give a fuck about the Pro Bowls. Second, well, in the chat, and then second, I brought up in here like when I said like the QB pool, where okay, you throw a lot of yards. For example, again, Warren Moon, my nigga, he threw 20. He almost threw the same amount of TDs and the same amount of at his ass. But even if it's in the 90s era or whatever you say is a different era, that's still garbage. That's still not good. Like
that's where the league was at. The league as a whole
it can be
in that extent, and that's mainly because of what? Because of the rules in which they were playing at, because of the physicality, because of the physicality. That's a fact.
This ain't the 70s, my nigga. No, the Roberts.
Hold on, Dub, I have a question.
Dub, I have a question. But you're turning over the ball over 20 times.
You're not listening.
Because Dub, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to say, oh, it was harder. Oh, the PI just like that. You act like niggas were getting rock bottom in the fucking field.
Nah, but I think Trent, you're not listening though, because over the last 10 years, there wasn't quarterbacks throwing like Aaron Rodgers throws 4 or 5 picks in a season. That wasn't happening back then for a starting quarterback who played every single game. That wasn't happening back then. Quarterbacks threw 10 interceptions, and it wasn't that big of a deal because the game is different now.
Maybe the QB pool is just weaker than the pool is now. Maybe that's what it is.
Come on, bro.
Maybe what it is.
Come on,
maybe
bro.
that's what. Maybe, but Dub, if you really look at the whole like from the 80s and the 90s, probably from like from like 19, because I said this earlier, from like 1980s to like probably like 2003. There's a lot of QBs when you look at that have high TD interception ratio. It's still not good, bro. Like I know it's different areas and shit, but you're a quarterback. You turn the ball over an OD. That's not good. Let me ask you this:
Would you say that 10 years ago the NFL was more physical 10 years ago than it is now?
Yes, but you have to throw the ball still.
Okay, wait, that's one. Would you say that it was more physical 20 years, like way more physical 20 years from now? So we see the gap, the physicality in the era from 20 years So in 1984, the physicality of the NFL was at a crazy level where it makes it harder for quarterbacks to sit here and get off. That's what it is. We all know that when Aaron Rodgers is an example, when quarterbacks are getting pressured consistently, when they're getting pressured and getting hit, it makes them play worse, right? Fact or fiction? Is that a fact or a fiction?
Maybe they're not.
Wait, no.
Listen.
Listen.
Go
No,
ahead. Go
that's a
ahead.
fact
Go
or
ahead.
fiction. So if the quarterbacks in the 80s and the 90s are consistently getting pressured, are consistently getting hit, that's gonna make them play worse. One
But
plus one
maybe,
equals
but
two.
okay.
Simple
Even
logic,
if you
bro.
get hit, even if you get hit a lot and it's more physical, you still have to pass the ball and not be a fucking quarterback, bro.
You're not,
Physicality does
but
not
I think
matter
you're missing
anymore,
one
bro.
big rule change that a lot of people don't talk about was that lower hit to the bottom of,
Yeah, the
after
Tom
the Tom Brady.
Brady.
Yeah, Tom
Yeah,
Brady
Tom
knee. That changed the game a lot because quarterbacks were a lot more confident in the pocket, a lot more confident. Like that's the year after that is when Brady threw 50 TDs. Like the game just changed after that. So to me, when you look at it, Trent, though, you can say that like, okay, these quarterbacks now are more talented or whatever. It's just the game overall is geared towards scoring, and it wasn't like that through the passing game specifically. It wasn't like that back in the 80s and 90s.
I just feel like y'all trying like for example, I brought up the 23
Hey, baby, you got next
21
time.
picks. That's ass. No matter how you put it, no error, no matter what, that's garbage.
What
Is
is
it not
my
dub?
bad? What is my bad?
What?
is
I said 20. I said I don't know if I was lagging or not. I said 23 TDs and 21 picks. That's ass.
Yeah, that's
Like, no matter
ass.
how
That's
you put
ass.
it.
Regardless, that's ass.
So, and that's what I wanted to touch on because I didn't think I'd be the middleman in this show today, but here we are. So I feel like I'm down the middle because in a sense, I get where Dub and Justin are coming from because yes, it was more physical. And for their time, like 23 touchdowns, 21 picks was normal for their time. But where I agree with like Trent, Dawson, some people in the chat, is like, yeah, it might be normal for their time. So for their time, that was fine. But that doesn't mean that time wasn't bad though. Like on a regular, if people are throwing 23 touchdowns, 21
because
picks,
if you
it might be normal for their time, but it's still bad as a whole. You could just say if we compare like for example, Warren Moon, in his time, when you look at everybody else in the league, okay, he was one of the better ones. He was doing what as far as the touchdown to interception ratio goes, he was pretty much doing the same, except he was probably throwing for more yards. And at that time, that's fine. But overall, that's still not good. But for that time, it's okay because everybody was doing it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm kind of in the middle because I do agree with the rules changing and how PIs and like offensive. The game is designed for offense to take advantage, kind of like the NBA in a little bit of a sense because the way rules changed and stuff too, like it's benefited offense. Like we all know, like when at the end of the day when we watch football, they want to entertain us. And even though some of us might like the hard hits and the oohs and ahs, they want the scoring. They want the offense. So I understand 100% what y'all mean by the game being different, more physical. You play through injuries. It was just a different time. Like Ray Lewis would not be Ray Lewis today, or at least what we know him for, because he would have to hold back a little bit. He wouldn't be able to take people's heads off. So I'm with y'all on that. But I think even for that era, you could say for his era, he was one of the elite. But overall, it's kind of like when we look at these other guys, it's like
I think it's easy. I think it's easy to also look back and be like, all right, well, Warren Moon had a season where he threw 23 picks and 23 touchdowns. And it's like, you probably cherry picking that too. Like there's probably other seasons he had where he threw more touchdowns, less interceptions. He might, I don't know. I don't have Warren Moon stats right in front of me, but there's quarterbacks who don't have great seasons every single season. So I can go cherry pick a season out of a lot of quarterbacks.
That's what you, Justin.
Go ahead. Read it off.
Specifically, it's not cherry picking. Like if I go, let me just.
Yeah, so he had over 20. He had over 20 picks only 3 times in his career.
Can I bring up the rest of
only
his
is
whole
a
career?
lot though.
So I'll just go down the line. 12 TDs, 14 picks, 15 TDs. 19.
You count rushing scores too, right? And rushing yards.
You said rushing yards.
Yeah, you got to include rushing yards and rushing touchdowns too, right?
Yeah,
so we should do that as well. We can't not do that, right?
I know, yeah, but let me find out Warren Moon was Cam Newton. Let me go see. Shit. He don't got that many rushing touchdowns. I'm not going to. It's like 1, 0, 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, and the rest of them like 1 and 0. So I'm gonna go back. So 13 TDs, 26 picks, 28 TDs, 18 picks, 17, 8, 23-14. Now this is a good one, 33-13. That's great. Then the next year, 23-21. Then 18-12, 21-21, 18-19. Then another good year, 33-14. And then the rest he just got hurt. Overall, I just went through like his whole shit. All that shit is bad besides 2 years. I'm not gonna hold you. And you can go through the like you can like especially in the 90s, it was like 2 dudes. It's like they're probably like in like 8 years, probably 2 dudes having 3 dudes having good years, and then the rest of the QB pool is fucking ass. But in that time, it looks good, but like it's still bad overall.
Yeah, see, I'm going to disagree with you there because we're not talking about Randall Cunningham as a top 5 quarterback all the time. We're talking about him as one of the greatest quarterbacks to play the game, which he is. You can go look at a couple individual seasons, and he changed the game for a reason. You talked about there was one season you said 33 and 18. You said 33 and 18. There was multiple seasons you had where he probably had Pro Bowl numbers. I don't know about the yardage. I don't know about the rushing.
It was Warren Moon. Okay, I was talking about Warren Moon, not Randall Cunningham. But yeah, there was some years like these 2 years back to back. We went 33-13, he threw 4,600, and then he threw for 4,690, and then he did 23 and 21. But the thing is, he made a Pro Bowl with 23 TDs and 21 picks. That's why I don't care about the Pro Bowl shit because that's fucking
23 T. But he also led the league in yards as well. Number one, number two, he came off what's it 20 a few years of having he went 17-8 when he went 7-4. That's not a lot of picks, only 8 interceptions. He went 23-14. What Justin said, you're cherry picking stats. Honestly, that's exactly what you're doing. You
say he led the league in passing yards, right?
He led the league.
Okay. What was their record that year? What was their record that year?
You went through this whole spiel. They went 11-5. Trent, you went through this whole spiel.
Come on, bruh.
You went through this whole spiel, bro. You had a guy in Warren Moon who the year before went 33 TDs, 13 interceptions. The year before that, 23 TDs, 14 interceptions.
It's not good.
Then, bro, in that area, yes, that is good. What are you talking about?
Whole point,
23 and 14.
Am I bugging?
Trent,
really
Trent,
just brought this. I just brought that up.
What are you talking about? Because what are you doing, Trent? Are you sitting here comparing these guys? Because I've seen numerous times when you talk about quarterbacks.
I'm talking about the.
You compare relative to era, right? Do you compare relative to era?
Okay,
yes or no?
it can. Okay.
Do you compare? Do you compare relative to era? Yes or no? No. Wait. Stop. Because like I said before, just answer the question. I don't need a whole spiel from you. If you're gonna sit here and say that you're comparing relative to era, but then you're putting other era standards on that own specific era, bro, you're just wrong. You're not doing.
No, I'm saying that QB pool is not good. It's not that good. It's only 2 or 3.
No, that's not what we're. That's
okay,
not what
but Dub,
that's not what we just said. What did I just say? I didn't say nothing about QB.
Okay, but Dub.
I said nothing about QB pool.
But you just said I was cherry picking stats. I just named a whole lot of mid. You talking? There's only 2, 3, 2.
You just told me that 23 and 14 TD interception ratio was bad.
That's not good.
At the same time, hold up, Trent. And at the same time, you said I compare relative to era. Well, yes, in 89 and 1989,
that was good, sir.
That's not true. No, what you don't get through your head that is good for a 1989 season. That's why I don't understand what you're talking about.
Again,
you're not being consistent.
Wait, Dub, do you think the 20 and 20 is good?
The 20 and 20 is around average.
Average?
I have a question.
What?
I have a question. Do you think Jameis Winston's 5K 30-30 is average?
But that's a different standard. This is the 20. This is 2020, 2019. So that's not the same. He led the league in passing yards. But the era for today's era, TD interception ratio in today's day, that's 30 and 30 is not good.
Okay,
wait. But what we're talking about for that time, bro. It was very common for quarterbacks to sit here and have a 15 and 15 interception ratio.
And that's my point. It could be very common that QBs have it, but it's still not good, even relative to era. That's not good QB play. There's quarterbacks like Dan Marino.
You know what relative to era means?
Dub, are you?
I don't even think you even know what relative to era means anymore.
Dub. We can talk about it.
15 and 15 isn't good.
Like, that shit is not. You just said out your
Nick,
whole mouth verbatim that 21 and 21 is
20.
average.
You just told me 23 and 14 isn't good.
That's not good.
How is that not good? What are you talking about? When I just told you that other quarterbacks in his time, and what they were doing in his time was barely going above a 15 and 15 interception.
They're whack then. Then they're whack.
See, but now you're proving my point again. You're proving my point again. What you're doing is you're taking what you grew up on in the era you grew up on and putting those standards in the 90s. If not a lot of people were doing that, then the standards wasn't that. The standards wasn't a 23 and 14 interception ratio. That wasn't the standard. So what you're saying is just wrong. So it's either you're comparing relative to error or you're not. You're not having it both ways, Trent.
But I'm not. But the thing is, you stuck on the 23 and 14 so hard. You said I was cherry picking stats, and I went through his whole career a fucking mid.
17 and 18. Is that
But the
bad?
numbers, I think what Dub's trying to say, Trent, he trying to say, you saying what you saying is, I get what you're saying. Compared to now, those are mid numbers. You're right. But that would be, we made the NBA comparison earlier with G Baby. He said, if we were talking NBA, a good 3-point shooter wasn't hitting 3-4 threes in a game back in the early 90s. That's not how it worked. A great 3-point shooter may have been hitting 1 to 2, wasn't taking 10 attempts in a game like they are today. So when you're talking about relative to error, I could be like, well, they were just bad shooters. They weren't as good 3-point shooters. And that's definitely not the case, because there was great 3-point shooters that played back then. You could say the same thing about quarterback play back then as well. It was a different game, so you have to have that in perspective. You can't just say they were shitty because the numbers came out mid to today's standards. That ain't right.
I said shitty. I mean, I'm not saying
you said mid. You said mid multiple times. They mid, and that wasn't mid back then.
I did say mid for
how many touchdowns? How many touchdowns did Warren Moon throw that year?
Which one?
The mid year. It was 23, right? He had 23.
I said 23 and 14.
He was 5th in the league in touchdowns that year.
Okay.
So you calling that mid? There was other quarterbacks with way worse touchdown to interception ratios. That's how the game was back then. You have to keep it relative to the era. I think that's the point Dub's trying to make.
So this is where I would like to jump in, because again, I've been in the middle. I agree with y'all in certain aspects, but I think where Trent kind of where I tend to lean towards that side, you can say that, and that's where I think we're trying to highlight. Like in that era, like if you just look at compared to what everybody else was doing, he was the upper echelon. But I think what Trent is doing is saying, okay, even though he was the upper echelon that era, like I'll take this into school. Let's say you have a class of 30 kids, and you divide it in 3, so 10, 10, 10. There's one set of kids, right? They all get because I think C's. I don't know where y'all from. C's in Texas are 70 to 79. So all these 10 kids right here, they all get C's on the exam. One got a set. Some of them got 79s. Other of them almost failed, got 70s. So you can say, well, yeah, at that time he was the upper echelon of the C section, right? He was the upper echelon of that, but he still got a C. Still wasn't that good. I think that's what Trent's point is. You could say Warren Moon was the upper echelon of that mid, but it was still mid. I think that's where Trent is trying to go.
But this is what I asked Trent this question on purpose. I said, are you comparing relative to era or no? He said yes. His exact words was yes. So what your point is, yes, by today's standards, that's a C. By today's standards, that's a 70 to 79. That's not. Well, wait, hold up, G baby. In that time, what Warren Moon and what those guys were doing relative to his own era, so relative to that school district that you're talking about, those are A's. Those are guys making an A effort. So it's either one, you're going to discount him for the era in which he played in, and if you get with that logic, I understand you 100%. We don't have to talk about this anymore. But when you sit here and tell me, yes, I'm comparing relative to era, but then discrediting this guys and putting your own definitions of what we have today and putting those types of pressure on those guys in which we have today and trying to say that's still a C in that time, G baby, that's wrong.
I mean,
that's just wrong. Like I said, I'm in the middle. I was just trying to.
I did say that QB pulls ass, so you might as well just move it on. I did say that though.
Here you go. Like I don't. You know what?
I did say the QB pool.
You don't get it, bro. I don't know.
Maybe did I not say it?
You just don't get it, bro.
What you just said, I already said already.
It's cool, Trent. You won. You never lose a debate. You don't never get cooked. Trent cooked all of us.
Saying that? Nobody's
saying
that.
I'm just saying. No, Dub. What you just said?
Drop Kirk Cousins off in the 80s. What happens?
You said what?
I said drop Kirk Cousins and his under 10 interceptions every year in the 80s, and what happens?
Don't ask me about Kirk Cousins.
So is he mid or what? We gonna call him? We gonna call him great for that era though, right? Like that's the point. Kirk Cousins is mid as hell right now. Didn't throw nowhere near the number of interceptions that Warren Moon did.
Yes, he's
mid as hell right now.
Yes, he's mid as hell.
Kirk Cousins is mid as hell. You got him what? Top what? Top what?
That's not a lie.
You got Kirk what? Top what?
Like top 12, but you trying to say he's not. You say he's not
top 12.
You got Kirk top 12.
You got top 12.
Probably.
You got him mid. Guarantee you got him 15. 15 or lower.
He's
Guaranteed.
15 and
You
lower.
Yeah,
only
15
He's
for me.
100% 15
Yeah,
and lower.
15 for me.
He's the Justin. He's the higher level of the C tier. He's the higher level of the mid
The
tier.
higher
He's
seed.
the
I don't
higher
know why y'all
seed.
trying
He's
to
a
say.
79. He's a 79.
First off, it's not crazy to have Kirk top 12 and second. He's not mid. So I don't.
He is upper mid. He is upper
Who's
mid.
the
G baby, you're only saying Kirk is mid because of Hellfire. Relax.
No. I think
who's
no.
quarterbacks are better?
No, that's not true because I'm the one that was pushing that prime time Kirk. We know what he gonna do when the lights come on.
Everybody
So
pushes the
nah.
prime time Kirk.
I'm just saying, if you drop Kirk numbers, in the late 80s, early 90s, he'll be a top 2-3 quarterback in that era according to your numbers. You can't do that. You have to play relative to the era. That's all I'm saying. Derek Carr would be elite in the 80s.
But he's whack right now.
That's my point.
You know what's crazy? So
That's the point. That's the whole point of this whole conversation.
What,
Trey,
G-Baby?
let me ask you a
Justin,
question.
he don't get it,
Because
bro. He don't
G-Baby.
get it.
we all know why Derek Carr is mid. He had Devontae Adams, number 1 receiver. Even though Devontae went off, we know Derek Carr was playing like trash at moments.
Ass.
Why is Kirk not in the upper mid to you? Like, here's the problem I genuinely think happened with Kirk. I think this year they started winning their one possession games, but he did nothing different. He did nothing different this year other than they were on the other side of their one possession games. Because usually they'd be like losing most of their one possession games. But this year they started winning them. But Kirk did nothing different. How is he not upper mid to you? He's going to give you 4K yards, 20-something touchdowns, and double-digit picks. And sell you when it matters most. I don't understand. Him and Dak are the same quarterback. How is Dak whack but not Kirk?
If you're saying that this year he didn't sell. Nobody, the defense sold him OD, and we all know that. Second, my line.
Defense did sell. The defense did sell.
Defense was ass, G-Baby.
Yes, it was. It's been trash for years, but keep going.
What you mean? And what do you mean? He won 13 games with them.
Yeah, I literally said the only difference between the previous years and this year
Is that not a big difference?
They started. I'm telling you, they started winning their one possession games.
But that's not a big difference because Kirk performed in the regular season though. He performed, and he's way better than Derek Carr.
He does the same thing every year. He's going.
But he's a good quarterback. Also, G baby. Is Jared Goff an upper mid? Is Jared Goff an upper mid tier to you?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
No, I'm just asking you because
I think so too.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think so too.
okay,
So hold on, wait.
okay.
My question is, when is the stopping point?
How is Dak whack? How is Dak whack?
I don't think Dak is whack. That's an agenda. Dak is not whack, bro.
Dak is in the same.
Dak's better than Kirk.
Cousins.
No, he's not.
Dak is better than Kirk Cousins.
Dak is in the same tier as Kirk.
Dak is not better than Kirk.
To me, he's in the same tier as
I
Kirk.
don't know why y'all doing it. He's not better than Kirk. Y'all want to talk about Kirk Cousins
I'm
not
not with
performing
y'all
all
on
this
that
shit?
one. I'm not with
Yeah,
y'all.
Dak is better than Kirk.
I'm not high on Dak.
I'm not with y'all on that one. But nah, but like, so for me, like, because I think when we look at these quarterbacks this year, like, we already know Brady didn't retire. And unfortunately, we don't know. I think Tua barely got cleared out of his concussion protocol like last week, like on a Thursday or a Friday. So I don't even know, like, real talk, we don't even know if this man coming back or not. So you take out Tua, you take out Brady.
Fuck Tegan.
You take out Tua, you take out Brady.
That's crazy, Tegan.
And then when you look at it, because like for me, the top 8, I think Trevor Lawrence is at 8. After that, I mean, I believe Deshaun Watson's coming back to his form. So Deshaun, and after that, it's Kyler. After that, and like you upper mid. At that point, upper mid.
I want to go through something real quick. I want to go through a list of names and see if Kirk Cousins is better than this guy or not.
Okay.
And everybody can.
I like this.
So we already know like your Josh Allen's, Mahomes, and everything. So I don't even have to get.
Yeah, we don't even need to go through
like 15, I guess.
We don't need to. Trevor Lawrence.
Clears.
T-Law.
Trevor Lawrence clears.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence clears. We can move on.
T-Law.
You said T-Law, right?
Yeah, T-Law.
Okay, cool. Jared Goff.
Kirk.
I'm taking Jared Goff personally, but
I go Kirk still over Goff.
That's fine. I understand it.
Nick.
I'm gonna take Kirk, but I'm not gonna go off Goff's one.
Also, T-Law don't clear him, but we'll just keep that going.
I'm gonna go Kirk, but that's close though. That's close.
Dak Prescott.
Kirk.
Kirk. I'm lower on Dak. Yeah.
Who?
Okay.
It's recency bias with Dak.
I feel you on that. Tua.
Kirk.
I'm taking Tua.
Kirk.
If he's healthy.
Kirk.
I'm taking Tua if he's healthy.
Tua can't stay healthy. That's my guy, but he just can't.
But this is a win healthy, and win healthy, Tua's better than Kirk. Like I get you, Dawson, but every time we do this, it's win healthy.
Bro, I love my guy Tua, but he's never healthy though.
Okay, but Dawson, here's my thing, and this is why I don't like that you do that.
I'm gonna take Kirk.
If we look at this season, Deshaun Watson wasn't that great, right? Are you still gonna take him over Kirk Cousins?
Absolutely.
Okay, because you know what he is when he's
I don't think that's the same with Tua.
Yeah, that's not the same with Tua, G.
That's not the same with Tua, G.
Yeah, why would
it's not.
Yeah, I can't lie.
That's not.
Deshaun Watson and Tua, though?
It's not. It's not the exact same thing. Y'all think everything got to be like parallel?
Yeah, it's similar. It's not. I hate it when y'all do that. I'm not. I'm with you, G baby. I'm with you.
The point is, Tua, when he's healthy, was better than Kirk Cousins. He is better than Kirk Cousins.
But we just keep it
like I don't know what we're doing.
Just keep it going. Just keep going, Dub. Just keep going.
Next,
Daniel Jones.
I want you to live right now. I want you to live right now, Trent.
You don't even believe that shit, for you just pushing the agenda. I'm gonna still say Kirk for right now.
Kirk over Daniel Jones. I'm with you. Hey, I'm with you, Trent. Kirk over
Daniel Jones was the top 15 quarterback.
He is top 15, but so is Kirk Cousins. What the fuck? I have Daniel Jones at 15. Come on, bro.
Hey, this year I'm. Daniel Jones balls up next year. Hey.
Nah, Daniel Jones balls next year.
It's closer.
A different story. It's close.
Yeah, it's closer. You're right, Daniel.
It's
gonna be a different story.
To acknowledge situations,
bro.
Speaking about situations.
Wait.
Hold on, wait.
No, time out. Didn't we just argue situations, though? Didn't we just argue that?
He was just arguing that
like
Kayla Heineke was better than Daniel Jones. I'm not hearing that shit from him right now.
Hey, whoa. How many times do I have to tell you I was pushing an agenda, Justin? So I don't know if you were here for this. Once upon a time, the Giants were 6-1. Trent made a bet with me that they would go 10-1. And I was like, all they had to do was lose a game and I won $50. So ever since Trent made that bet, they were like 1-5-1. So I was just pushing the agenda because I wanted them to keep losing. Because it was, hey, we talk about superstitions. The second Trent made a bet, all of a sudden the Giants started falling off.
But you a Taylor Heineke stan? Is that what this is? Is that what this is?
No, that was mainly to push an agenda.
Trent, you see what Mr. Godin said?
Are in the Giants division.
What Daniel Jones did this year is an anomaly because he took practice squad throwing the ball to fucking literally almost 3 practice squad receivers in Darius Slade.
So can you not say the second?
Give it another year. I think that shit's an anomaly.
Okay, but so
I'm not about to say off one season that he's better than him.
No, but if you look at no, because here's my thing. You look at Daniel Jones had Isaiah Hodgins and didn't even have Wendell Robinson the whole year. And Darius can't catch an open drag route Slayton. He had those dudes on the team, right? And they went to the playoffs and won the game.
We're not really doing this. Daniel Jones is better than Kirk Cousins thing right now, are we?
That's what I'm saying.
Is this really what we're doing right now?
No, just I'm talking to Trent because Trent is everything I'm echoing right now is the same thing he was echoing.
But did I ever say in my life that Daniel Jones is better than Kirk? No.
Yes, you did. Oh my God. Yes, you did.
Okay. We'll move on.
You said
I want to
take
get
Daniel Jones over
name.
Kirk Cousins.
I want to say this next
I know
name.
you said that. You said it in the voice chat. You said it in the Discord. You said it on.
Hold on. Do you really think Kirk Cousins clears Daniel Jones though?
Like, it's like G. I don't know. Keep going. Keep going.
We're talking about situations. Russell Wilson.
Russ.
He better ball up this season.
Russ over Kirk.
Say about Russ.
He got Sean Payton now, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Man.
Trent.
I don't want to though.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what? Because he got Sean Payton. I don't want to hear no shit next year.
Yeah. I have to pick Russell.
Even though Kirk is really better, I'm gonna say Russ. Go ahead.
Okay.
You playing both sides.
Yeah. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
That's close. I'll say Kyler though. That's Kyler.
So yeah, he's the names I just named off.
He's like in the 12 to 15
13
range.
He's like 13 to 15. He's really like 13.
Justin
Fields. Who's better?
Wait.
Who's better? Who's better though? Who's better? Last one. Geno Smith or Kirk?
Oh my! Stop, Kirk.
Yo, I got another name though. Stafford.
Are you dead ass?
With healthy? Hey, no.
I take Stafford over Kirk, bro.
Me too.
I take Stafford over Kirk.
Hold up, Trent. Nah, get back here, Trent.
Yeah, Trent don't want the smoke right now. That's why he's walking out.
Wait, Trent,
get back here.
That's another name.
If his elbow is done, obviously I'm not going to pick Stafford. But hopefully his elbow is he can throw the football. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but here's my thing, because obviously, and this
You
is
taking Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins?
Wait, hold on, wait. I need to ask Trent. Wait,
No,
we need to ask Trent this. We need to ask Trent this.
No, because
Trent.
but
Who you taking, Trent?
he's gonna say Kirk, and it's gonna annoy me because here's my problem. And Trent, you do it all the time. Dawson, you low key have started doing it at the beginning of my life. Obviously, nobody's taking a injured player over
I'm not talking
a
about the
healthy
injury.
one.
I always had him close, honestly.
But when healthy, we knew coming into the year, ain't
Oh,
a
for sure.
soul said they was taking Kirk Cousins over.
For sure.
Ain't a
For sure.
soul said that. So
I've
that's
always
why
had
when
them
we ask
close
these
over me.
questions, come on, y'all.
You was not saying at the beginning of the year, Trent. You was not
Nobody
saying
was.
Kirk Cousins was better than Stafford. Let's be real.
No, I'm saying I always had them around the same tier. So I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
fine, but you knew Stafford.
They were
was
never around the same tier.
Yes, they were. I'm not.
Never. in
Coming
their
off the
life.
Super Bowl, you were saying Stafford was
in
the
their
same tier as Kirk. Yeah, I don't believe that one.
I
dog.
had Stafford at like. I literally had Stafford at like 10, bro.
He's around 10. I give you that.
But now,
Hey, but Kirk Cousins ain't never been a top 10 quarterback. But that's neither here nor there. Coming into the year, though, even the Super Bowl year, going into that year, we was taking Matt Stafford over Kirk Cousins. We were. So I don't know why we try to act brand new. Yes, we got hurt. We're not obviously saying, oh, do you want a Tommy John surgery Matt Stafford or Kirk Cousins healthy? No. We're talking healthy. We're taking Matt Stafford.
Bro, even at their best, bro, Kirk Cousins was never in Matthew Stafford's league, bro. Never. He was never the quarterback that Matthew Stafford was. I don't know why we're just gonna sit here and cap.
I mean, Dub might not be wrong. Hey.
He was never.
talking
I
about
don't.
2011 Matt Stafford, or what year we talking about?
Their whole entire career, Kirk Cousins has never been better than Matthew Stafford unless he got hurt.
I think after like 2011 and shit like that, like after those like good Detroit years, I had him pretty close, honestly. Because Kirk wasn't that bad in locker room.
Matthew Stafford was always a more talented quarterback.
Kirk been the definition of mid. Let's be real. Kirk has been the definition of mid.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, bro?
I don't know how this is even. We got to top 12. We sneaking in the top 10. Like, nah, Kirk is the definition of mid.
That's
Kirk
Derek
Cousins
Carr.
is
I don't know why y'all
mid.
trying to put that on Kirk Cousins. That's Derek Carr.
Derek Carr,
They the same quarterback. Kirk Cousins and Derek Carr interchangeable.
What?
They all
Are they
in the
white?
same tier.
Well, how did the same quarterback?
They interchangeable.
Yeah,
All
same
that,
circle?
that circle of mid. That's all of them right there. It's the great circle of mid.
That's not.
It's a circle of upper mid. It's a circle of upper mid.
He's up here in the circle.
Up here.
They're not the same player, bro. Y'all niggas is.
He's a 79, and Derek Carr is like a 79.5.
You're drunk as
That's
fuck.
good.
No, Kirk Cousins is a 79. Derek Carr is a 72.
Yo, I bet you pull up Madden right now. Their rankings is right here. There's
Nigga,
Kirk
nigga.
and Derek Carr, 78 and 79.
How the hell did Derek Carr make the Pro Bowl?
Because
everybody else got hurt.
Because
Everybody-
Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl.
Bro, you know
Because-
Tyler Huntley
no.
made a Pro Bowl and he threw 2
who was
TDs.
hurt? Justin Herbert, Tua, someone else.
Josh Allen.
Joe Burrow.
Josh Allen, Joe-
Burrow
yeah,
got hurt.
yeah.
All
Yeah.
the quarterbacks.
All of them didn't go. So
Nah, they
Lamar
was
Jackson
capping. They didn't get hurt. They was capping. They just want to stay home, bro. They was like, I'm not gonna be out there.
I mean, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either.
Bro. Jesus.
Let me read off some super chats real quick. From Cool G, how many QBs are better than Dub? Oh, I think a lot. I mean, I think he's asked about Joe Montana though.
Yeah, he was asking about Joe Montana. Yeah, Dev, I need to hear this. Who are all the QBs better than Joe Montana?
Yeah.
No cap. I would have Peyton Manning. I'll have Tom Brady. I may have Aaron Rodgers too.
That's fine.
Who else will I have?
You say Mahomes.
Mahomes needs to be better. If you're saying Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes got to be there.
Mahomes is better. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I'm cool with those three. Aaron Rodgers is kind of.
We crowning already?
I'm
Top
crowning
3
him.
already? All time?
I mean, I don't have him
Mahomes?
top 3
Hey,
yet.
in one
As
week.
ability,
in 1 week.
ability. This is.
Oh, no. In 1
If
week.
you're talking
a lot of people
ability,
go-
that's different.
Hey,
Ability,
in 1
Mahomes
week.
probably the GOAT.
And
Facts.
Ability.
Facts.
Ability, he is the GOAT.
Yeah.
Ability, he's the
100%.
GOAT, but we talking all time right now? I don't think we can put him ahead of Joe yet. He
I think
loses.
so.
Sorry, you said 1 week. He loses, then what?
If he loses, I still
What's
consider-
wrong with it?
I
He's
think
still
he's
top
the-
3?
What's wrong with
No,
it?
think
no,
he's a-
no,
I
no,
still
no,
think
no,
That's
he's
what I'm
top-
saying. We got to be
he's still
careful with
top
that
five.
top 3.
Because you want to know. Because you want to know.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't
You want to
rank
know
like
why I
that,
don't
bro.
like. You want to know why I don't.
Mahomes is top 3.
Because I used to be this guy when I was younger. You know, in high school, I used to be this guy. Then I grew up. I got.
Honestly, I may have Joe Montana over Aaron Rodgers though. Let me
I would
rephrase
too,
that.
but
Yeah,
when I look
I
back
do,
at it
yeah.
and I look at these Super Bowls, I'm not gonna hold you. They be I'll give y'all a perfect example. Peyton Manning, if he would have ended his career 1-2, especially with that choke job against Legion of Boom, we wouldn't be having him at 2. He got that little cherry on top Super Bowl he got. Put him into.
That's cap. We was calling him. There was people that was calling Tom Brady. Yo, that's cap. There's people that was calling Tom Brady the greatest or calling Peyton Manning the greatest quarterback ever back then.
Ability. I'm talking about all-time accomplishments and stuff.
But still,
even without that, because what he did in the regular season, they called him the greatest regular season quarterback ever. That was his title.
And then they said he would fold in the playoffs. And that's why people wouldn't put him over Joe Montana and Tom Brady.
Nobody really talks about Peyton Manning's second ring because he played like garbage.
But I didn't hear.
That didn't really validate. Neither of his Super Bowls really validated him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because he didn't play well. He didn't play well against the Bears either.
Okay, you know what?
Bears was like a fucking rainstorm.
Peyton Manning. Okay, fine. Peyton Manning is probably the wrong name to use. I'll give. Dang it! I can't use this name. I can't use this name. Never mind. There's another quarterback. There's another quarterback.
No, you know what name he can't
Up
use.
until he got his
Drew
rings.
Brees?
No. There's another quarterback.
Matthew Stafford?
Up until he got his rings, right at the end of his career, 3 Super Bowl losses. They wasn't putting him that high. Then he got them 2 rings at the end of his career, and they moved him up.
Oh, so John Elway.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, that's why I don't like using the rings, because rings like will catapult quarterbacks up higher because when you got 2. And it's like, but
when you talking, the thing is, I think when you start talking these elite guys, like there's a reason. The only reason we don't have Manning over Brady unanimously here in this chat is because of Super Bowls. That's literally the only reason.
I got a question. If if Jim Kelly would have 4-peated with the Bills, let's say the Bills would have won every single.
How high y'all put him? How high y'all put him? Right now, he ain't in nobody.
It depends on the drive, y'all. Like it's not easy. It's not. You can't just say rings, because there's an element to how you win your rings too. Like Brady's 7 rings are different than. Well, obviously is different, but coming back from 28-3, you got the catch with Joe Montana, 90-yard drives. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can win rings, in which elevates you as your status. You know what I'm saying? So we talk about Mahomes. The way that he wins this ring against the Eagles matters a lot if they win. The way he loses matters a lot as well.
I'm not going to lie, the way that Brady... I look at Tom Brady, what he did in that Eagles run, I don't give a damn that he lost. That was one of the best performances I've ever seen from a quarterback. I don't care that he lost.
That's nice. So Justin, I'm going to ask you, because I've never obviously, we don't interact that much.
Yeah, it's good.
How do you feel about this one quarterback named Terry Bradshaw?
Oh my God.
He's old school quarterback back in the day, led one of the greatest defenses and had a great run game. He's a good quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer. He's not my top 10.
You say he mid?
When I'm talking, okay, let me clarify so this don't become a fucking long ass conversation. When we talking all-time quarterbacks, he not in the elite to me, if that makes sense.
Okay,
he's not a top 10 quarterback to me all the time.
I'm glad you clarified, because if I was like, if you go say Terry Bradshaw, relative to era, he was one of the best.
He was back in his era. You're right.
Justin, let me ask you a question. Who argues about semantics the most up here?
It's a combination of all y'all motherfuckers. I swear to God, everybody arguing in this bitch.
You better say everybody.
Everybody.
We arguing semantics about arguing semantics, so I know it's a rap here, dog.
Everybody in the chat.
It's really bad.
But what I'm arguing doesn't necessarily I believe Joe Montana. I believe Joe Montana's top 5. Peyton Manning's at 2. We asking questions. I've been in the middle. Everybody coming from my head. I've been in the middle this whole time.
Said Joe Montana 5. The disrespect. The disrespect.
Joe Montana, he's better. Joe Montana's better than Aaron Rodgers. I would say that. I would say he's better than Aaron Rodgers. 100%.
We giving Aaron Rodgers a whole lot of passes for not performing when it counts. If we talking about Peyton Manning and we tiered him down, the only reason we don't have Peyton Manning number 1 is because of Super Bowls. And so we're talking about Aaron Rodgers. Dan Marino don't have a Super Bowl. That's the only reason we don't say he's the same as Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's keeping it real. There's a lot of people. Hold on, because y'all young, so y'all need to listen to the old head real quick. I'm gonna put my OG status on this one. I'm gonna put my OG status on this one. When I was growing up, the thing that was said was Joe Montana was the greatest winner, aka Tom Brady. Dan Marino was the best arm talent in the league. That was what was said all through the 90s. It was Dan Marino was the best arm talent in the league. So to say that we come down and we talk about Aaron Rodgers, I think you can make a debatable argument. Pat Mahomes is probably going to take that crown, but you could probably say talent-wise, Aaron Rodgers was the most skilled quarterbacks of the 2010s outside of Peyton Manning. Skilled. That's about it.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
You said what'd you just say? You said you got Peyton over Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Like, I'm talking about why. Like, as ability, like, we were talking about ability to play quarterback because there's been multiple times Peyton Manning ain't show up.
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I talk about overall body of work. I'm not talking about as a playoff run. I'm not talking about the talent. I'm talking about the ability to make precision throws, run an offense. That's all what goes into playing quarterback, not just the way. What you giggling about? Did I say something funny?
G baby, go ahead, man.
What I say funny?
I was gonna let you finish. I just had a question after.
Trent, you better answer. Trent.
No, because here's my thing.
You giggling out of it. What I say that was
I'm
funny?
confused because he's talking about precision throws and like they can make it. They both can make any throw on earth.
Okay, but I said orchestrated offense. There's a lot that Peyton Manning did that was even better than what Aaron Rodgers. Like, you're looking at what you saw in your last 10 years. Peyton Manning was doing that beforehand with a different style. That hurry up offense that the Colts used to run, he's calling plays at the line of scrimmage. The run game was super efficient. The entire offense, I don't think you know the level of throws that Peyton Manning was making back then.
Are you giving the run game to Peyton Manning?
Hell yeah, I am.
Are you dead ass serious?
Hell yeah, I am.
When Peyton Manning had Edgerrin James, a top 10 running back.
How you think Edge is? How you think Edge, Marshall Faulk, all them dudes
Are you
succeeded?
gonna give that credit to Wait, whoa! Don't say Marshall Faulk because Peyton Manning's early career, he was not good.
1 year he wasn't good. His rookie season. After that, he got better. Yes or no?
There's no way you're about to give Peyton Manning to quarterback to top.
You talking about his rookie year, dog? Yes, the run game was elite because of Peyton Manning.
That's not true.
Yes.
What?
How are you serious right now?
The O-line was good. What are you talking about?
I didn't say the O-line wasn't good. Peyton Manning drove that whole offense.
You're trying to say their run game was good. So you tell me when they had Edgerrin James.
Yes, when they had Edge.
He was only good because of Peyton?
No. I did not say only good. You throwing words in my mouth. The run game.
You said it was because of him, though.
It was because of Peyton Manning. The reason it was elite was because of Peyton Manning. I'm not taking nothing away from Edgerrin James as a running back. That's why he should be Hall of Famer. He's not. He should be Hall of Famer.
James left.
But what?
Was the run game elite after Edgerrin James left when they had Dominic Rhodes?
He was good. Dominic Rose was good.
But it
was the run game elite? That's not the question. Was the run game elite?
They had somebody else in there. It wasn't Dominic Rhodes who was the lead back. Who was it? After Edge left.
Joseph Adai for a little bit.
Adai was elite. Yes, Adai was elite back then too.
Was elite?
Joseph Adai was a top 10 back.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like saying Lawrence.
Yo, you capping? Oh God!
That's
Am
like
I? Joseph Adai. Pull up the numbers on Joseph Adai. Pull up the numbers on Joseph Adai.
What year did Edgerrin James?
Joseph Adai was a top 10 back.
He was never.
Y'all tried this on me last time with James Robinson. Pull it up.
Joseph Adai.
Pull it up. Pull the numbers up for Joseph Adai.
Joseph Adai.
I got it right
His
now.
career high is a K with 12 touchdowns.
I have it right now. Hold on, wait. Let me finish. I have it right now. Edgerrin James in 2006 and then 2007. Joseph Adai had a combined 1,400 scrimmage yards in back-to-back seasons with 7 TDs and 12 TDs. That's good. That is good.
That's not top 10?
No, because the running back.
Get the fuck out of here. That's not top 10. That's top 10 numbers.
Wait. Let's go to
2000.
Matter of fact,
2007 running backs.
We're going
Let's go.
We will look at the running backs in 2007.
Scrimmage yards. Look it up.
Okay, so look.
And in how many games too? Because I'm pretty sure Adai missed some games back then.
Can I ask
So
he didn't start in 2006.
No, in 07. We're doing 07.
G baby, can I do it for him?
So, all right, because I just want to ask: was he better than Clinton Portis?
No.
Was he better than Edgerrin James?
No.
Was he better than Willie Parker?
Fuck no.
No, not at that year.
Was he better than LaDainian Tomlinson?
He was a better overall back than Willie Parker.
Was he better than LaDainian Tomlinson?
Oh, come on, man.
Okay. Was he better than Jamal Lewis?
No.
Willis McGahee?
No.
Marshawn Lynch?
At that time, nah.
Oh yeah, 2007. You said 2007.
Brian Westbrook?
Nope.
Was he better than Frank Gore?
At that time,
No. No,
It was close, but
no,
I
he
still
wasn't
because
better.
Gore was a pure runner. He wasn't an all-around back like Adai.
You know who he damn sure wasn't better than?
And y'all
Okay,
y'all
so that
taking
one-
away
but-
from the fact that
but-
Adai
but-
played in that
Adrian-
system.
wait, so that was
he better than Adrian Peterson? Was he better than
I wouldn't bet on AP either, as a rookie.
You
No.
guys,
I'm
are
almost
doing
done.
the same thing again of just arguing semantics.
Semantics?
Because what? Because what?
He said he was top 10.
Wait,
He said he was top 10, and
wait.
he's not.
No, because where this all stemmed from.
Y'all were trying to say that the run
This
game was
all-
trash, and Adai wasn't even the level of
I
talent.
said-
Y'all asking about these top 10 running backs. He's not even the same level of talent as these guys.
Not
That's what
say
I
that.
say. Y'all go from
No,
one
he never
place
said
to
he was.
another.
He never said
He's
it was
talking, about, he's talking about Peyton Manning benefiting the run game. Well, Edgerrin James is saying that Peyton Manning being there did benefit the run game. Joseph Adai, if you gonna say he's not top 10, he's not top 10. Cool, I think that's fine to say. But seeing say that Joseph Adai didn't benefit from having Peyton Manning there, that's a lie because he did.
That's not what we
Because
were
all
arguing.
That's how it all
That's
started.
how this all started. That's
No,
exactly how this all
Doug, you're
started.
saying Joseph Adai. We mainly harped on Edgerrin James to say the only reason Edgerrin James was this good or the main reason was because of Peyton Manning. No, Edgerrin James is a top 10 back all time.
I talked about the entire run game with Peyton Manning. Yes, he was a reason that it was so good. You got to respect the passing game with Peyton. Y'all crazy.
Was Phillip Rivers the reason LaDainian Tomlinson was good?
No, not close. You talking about two different type of quarterbacks. You talking about two different types of quarterbacks here.
I have a question though. When Edgerrin James ran for all those yards, he had damn near 400 attempts. Like the offense wasn't just pass heavy. Like the pass was leading to him getting all those yards. It was damn near balanced.
No, you this is the era thing again, guys. This is the era thing again. The game was different. You talking about pre-07, the game was different, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
You guys keep missing that point.
Hey, but Justin,
wasn't it
Come on, man. Backs were running a lot more back then.
What changed from 07 to 08?
Was it
Yeah,
Justin?
Peyton Manning. Hold on, wait. Peyton Manning led the league in his rookie year, throwing for 575 attempts. Every single season after that was 530, 575, 40, 590. So like that was very. That was
It
a lot
wasn't
of
700 attempts
Hey,
back then. Like the
hey,
game
real
was
quick.
different, y'all.
Wait, I'm saying though. Wait, am I lagging? Am I good? Or is that Dawson?
Nah, you
That's
good.
Dawson.
I was about to say the same thing. How you saying about the run game, whatever for Peyton Manning? You could say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. It's the exact same thing.
Not at the same level though. Not the same level as Peyton.
Oh,
He's there. Hey,
You know
Aaron
why?
Rodgers.
Not the
Aaron
same
Rodgers is
level.
great. Aaron Rodgers is great. I'll give you
Hey,
that.
this-
Aaron
hey,
Rodgers
this
is
is
great.
not
There's a
on the
reason
hill
we
right
having this combo in the top 5 combo, whatever. But Peyton was at a different level. I don't think y'all had to be there.
You don't think Aaron Rodgers was at a different level at one point? Like generally asking.
No, I do. There's a reason Aaron Rodgers is up there. He's the top 5 quarterback all the time. We got to
you
give him
think
that.
Peyton Manning? You think Peyton Manning's just on a whole tier above Aaron Rodgers?
I know Peyton Manning's on a whole tier above Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you're losing me.
He said,
Even
"I
though
know."
I think Peyton is better. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
Peyton is
just
better.
questioning your logic.
On a whole nother tier, that's where I'm
Because you're losing me because I don't understand like this logic about like especially like you trying to say, especially when we had Edgerrin James, whatever, that he like benefited OD from Peyton. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Edgerrin James was that because he was Edgerrin James, bro. Marshall Faulk was like that because he's Marshall Faulk. Like I'm not about to give the credit.
Yeah,
to
we're not
the QB.
saying Peyton Manning is the reason their rush game was.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said Adrian
No.
Peterson was Adrian.
Because that's like me trying to discredit. That's like me trying to discredit the 2 years Eddie Lacy had when he was bugging and say I was all Aaron Rodgers. No, the offensive line was great and he was a good running back at the time.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, like
I don't know. I think
that's
that was more.
where-
I think you actually would have had a point if you'd have said same thing about Eddie Lacy is damn near like the same thing as Adai. You probably would have me there because A-Rod did have that effect back then. You had to respect it. There's a certain when you have to respect the passing game, it creates lanes. Y'all know that.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's every.
Yeah, that's.
That's what I'm saying. So how is it? So why is it this big thing when I said Peyton Manning creates room for the run game?
Peyton orchestrates the offense so OD.
He does.
I know.
Like you making it seem
Aaron
like all
Rodgers
these
doesn't.
defenses. You making it seem like all these defenses was playing dime packages because they were so worried about Peyton. That's why Edgerrin James was able to go off. Like, nah, bro. Like
It's a combination of it, bruh. It's a combination of it. I'll
that's-
tell you
I'm
that.
not
I'll
gonna
tell you
lie.
that right
I'm not gonna
now.
lie, that was just that was.
Wait, you were talking about relative to era. How much were they running dime packages back in the 1999?
No, not 99. Try go mid 2000s. Mid
I thought we were
2000s.
talking about. I thought we we're talking about Edgerrin
99 Peyton Manning, I want to say he led the league in interceptions or some crazy stat like that. He was trash in 99. That was his rookie year.
98 was his rookie year.
Okay.
Yeah, so 99, he was Edgerrin for 50.
Yeah, that's like saying Trevor Lawrence. We're going to look back at Trevor Lawrence. You guys are going to say the same thing about him when he becomes part of this this GOAT top 10, top 12, 15, whatever happens to Trevor Lawrence in his career. And we're going to look back at this season. Trevor Lawrence, was he great this year? Numbers-wise? No, it's not going to look great. Was he great last year? No, it wasn't great last year. But when you look at, you're trying to compare those numbers, young Peyton Manning numbers, to what I'm referring to in his entire career. You're saying he didn't make the run game better in 99. We're talking about his entire career.
The only reason it's different is because Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. So
wait, no.
That's Peyton Manning's a generational talent.
But wait, weren't we just arguing about Peyton Manning's passing leading up holes and shit for Edgerrin James?
And also what led
it did.
I would give credit
you
to
just
the
said
whole.
Peyton Manning in 99.
You're talking about 99 when he was younger. We're not doing it. Trevor Lawrence is going to have a point where he's leading the league.
That's when Edgerrin James ran for 1,400.
Marvin Harrison?
We're talking about Trevor Lawrence. Y'all got to keep it in perspective. So the reason why I gave the comparison to Trevor Lawrence is because, A, he came in as a generational talent. Peyton Manning came in as a generational talent. We're not going to grade Trevor Lawrence solely off of these first 2 years of his career, which is what you guys keep going back to, this 99 year for Peyton Manning. We can't grade him off these first 2 years. What Trevor Lawrence is going to do in the next 10 years is how you need to evaluate him, what he does leading into his prime and in his prime.
99, because we
but overall, Peyton Manning is the reason.
If anything, you can literally say the run game made Peyton better, and that whole offense as a whole when he was with the
No, the run game did not make Peyton better. That's not how that worked. That's not how that works.
I have a question. Would you not say that, hey, and Dub should agree with me on this because he was using this all year with Tom Brady. Would you not say if you're able to run the ball effectively, does that not open up the passing game for you? Because now defenses have to respect the run, and that opens up holes in the back line with the passing game. Can you not say that?
Oh my God, y'all!
Can you not say that?
Y'all really don't know like what Peyton Manning was doing on the field, do you?
No, I know.
I legit don't think y'all know what Peyton Manning was doing. Like legit.
Not every
we got Peyton Manning second all time. We don't know what he was doing on the field. Is crazy.
What Justin was saying, he didn't say that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. Did you say that Peyton Manning made Edgerrin James, or did you just say that Edgerrin James did benefit from having Peyton?
Edgerrin James was a good back. He benefited from being in that Colts system. Yes.
Yeah, because
did Peyton Manning not benefit from having Edgerrin James?
You say because of Peyton, G. Not because
Peyton Manning was going to do that no matter what back was there. That's my point.
Edgerrin James wouldn't have done that no matter what.
Peyton Manning was going to do his numbers, whether it was Edgerrin James back there or not.
Was Edgerrin James going to do? Wait. Was Edgerrin James going to do those numbers if it was Peyton or whoever back there?
It's the same.
I don't know that.
The same.
I don't know that he does. I don't know if Edge. I don't know if Edge does. Y'all throwing your hands up. I don't know if Edge does that without his entire career without Peyton.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My bad, Mad Max just came in the building. But before you go, Mad Max, let me say this one point. After the year he left the Colts, he went from 1,500 to 1,100.
On how many attempts and how many yards?
I got you.
That's why I need to know.
He went from 360. He went from 360 attempts to 337, right? So he finished by
400-yard drop off.
400-yard drop off. He went from 4.2 yards a carry to 3.4, and never came close to what he did ever since he left.
Okay, but Doki, he was still elite though. So that
I didn't say he wasn't elite. All I'm saying is that he, and I'm not saying that he made Edge either. I didn't say he made Edge.
But it doesn't really like move anything.
Mad Max, tap in real quick.
I think the Banana Brothers forgetting that Peyton Manning was calling a lot of them run plays. He would get up to the line.
Who is this? I like this dude.
Audible to the left side, audible to the 32 hole, audible to the 44 hole. He was calling them run plays.
So Aaron Rodgers doesn't audible at the line of scrimmage?
It's not. Y'all trying to make it seem like he doesn't because Peyton Manning does something that Aaron Rodgers doesn't do it. That's not the point. Peyton Manning did it at a level that is an outlier from everybody else. I don't think y'all realize that.
Why y'all like he had Jeff Saturday and all them dudes like they weren't bugging for the run game all the time? Y'all trying to really benefit. Y'all really trying to say this shit is paying like they didn't have like no top 5 O-line for damn near a decade.
Did you not hear what I said? Peyton is getting to the line. He's going blue 32.
Oh,
He
so
bagging
we're
up.
Oh, because he called Omaha and shit.
Let him
cook, bro.
Listen.
Honestly.
Go ahead, Mad Max. Go ahead, bro.
He getting to the line. He checking numbers. He's checking. Okay, we got 6 over here. We got 3 over here. Adrian, 44 hole, Andrew. The offensive line doing the same thing regardless, no matter what he called.
No matter
Is that
what.
This is nasty disrespect to Edgewood.
No, this is truth.
No,
No,
it's not.
this is nasty
So does Tom Brady not go?
This is
Still
true,
gotta
y'all.
be the
Nasty
Like, this
disrespect.
is
No, it's not, because he still got to make the
I
play.
have a question. What,
Let-
Wait.
Nick,
Go
one
ahead,
point.
my bad, Nick.
So
Go
when
ahead.
Brett Favre was on the Vikings with Adrian Peterson, was he telling him to do all that shit?
It's not the same.
It's not. Why are you comparing different? Did you not watch Peyton Manning?
I know I did. Brett Favre
No,
ain't
he
audible.
didn't. He ain't watch Peyton. Hey, he ain't watch Peyton,
Yes,
bro.
I did. I've seen Peyton. I've seen most of Peyton's career. What are you talking about?
But my thing
But
is,
acting like Brett Favre don't do audibles and shit is crazy.
No, it's not audible.
Aaron
It's the
Rodgers
way
do
it.
audibles.
We're not talking about Brett Favre right
Audibles
now.
Aaron
and
Rodgers
calling
do
out. I
audibles
know,
too.
bro. Like
And I know we're not
Brees
comparing
does
Brett
some
Favre
audible.
to damn Tom to Peyton Manning.
Nigga, I think
Brees
what's
does
the
some
Peyton Manning's top 2 is the fact that y'all munching right now, talking about the Omaha and shit. Like they don't have to execute in the O line. Like
That's
we
not
always,
what. That's not
Nah,
what.
you
okay,
know
but we're
But you still got to execute.
Bro.
But Peyton giving you a better chance to execute.
Okay,
He
you
putting
still
you
get
in
a
the
better
best
chance, you still
position
have
They
to-
all quarterbacks.
Wait,
Every
wait,
quarterback
wait,
audibles.
wait,
Every
wait,
quarterback
wait,
can read a
Peyton-
defense. There's a
Peyton's-
level that they got to do it though.
You said Peyton's giving you a better chance to win than who?
I said
Almost.
a better chance to win the play.
Than
The better
who?
chance to create an advantage.
You said Peyton Manning's
And
the
without
best.
without him being there is what he's saying.
So you think
And
he's
without
better,
him
like,
being
without-
the
if you- so
impact,
you think
without
you're
the
saying-
impact of Peyton Manning
Are
being
you
there,
so if you
then
switch
it's
with
not
Tom
gonna,
Brady,
he's not gonna
it's not
benefit.
the impact's not going to be the same?
And if you switch Brady with Manning, how many rings Manning got?
The same amount. The same amount. The same amount.
He don't lose to the Giants.
Yeah, that's just
Like,
That's
what you mean
so
you don't
dope.
lose to the Giants?
So
Shit, you know what I saw? Hold on, you know what I saw?
Hold on,
Time out, G-Baby. You know what I saw? I saw Peyton Manning get his ass dusted in 2013.
Why he's gonna
Seahawks.
lose?
Next
With the
year, I saw
number one
Tom Brady
offensive
beat the
defense.
Seahawks. So what about that?
Hey, but guess what? Wait. But guess what? What they're saying is still accurate. Because guess what? Ever since he went to the Broncos, you had no Sean Marino. You had Monte Ball.
Sean Marino?
Wait. Let me finish, bro. Before you start fucking saying
Good
bullshit.
call.
You had Ronnie
college
Hillman.
legend,
Wait.
bro.
Let me finish.
No Sean Marino.
Let me
Good call,
finish.
actually.
Let me finish.
Disgusting.
You had Willie
Mid.
McGahee on the back end of his career, still being able. That team was still a good running team because of who? Because of Peyton.
Yo, you
fucking
talking
Manning.
mid. Nick,
talking
somebody said mid.
O-line.
Whoever said mid, somebody said mid. Nah, there's a reason that Broncos team started running the shit out of the ball and being effective with
I have
any
a
back
question.
behind there.
I have a question.
And don't say college
What's-
legend.
hey,
He had
hey,
some of his best. Bro. He had his best year.
Nigga,
He
Mo
had-
Sean
I don't
Marino
know
was
who
not like that in the NFL like
Yeah,
that.
no,
Mike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly, and with Peyton he was.
No Sean
With
Marino.
Peyton he was. Monty Ball. Y'all gotta know.
Nigga seem like
No
he
Sean Marino was literally Trent. No Sean Marino was literally known for crying during the national championship.
Just because he was scoring red zone touchdown, I mean, because
Oh
of
my
fucking Peyton, bro.
God, you guys are not. It's not.
Y'all missing the point. Is going way over y'all head,
I have
dog.
a question.
The
Hey,
fact
Justin,
y'all don't
this is
think he's that
specifically for
good.
you.
The fact that the running game was still good with that in your
was
eyes,
good?
not
When
that
was
good
it
of a
good?
supporting cast.
He had
The
1,000
running
yards one time.
The running game as a whole. The running game as a whole.
So Justin, I have a question for
With
you.
Monte
Yeah.
Ball and those boys.
Was Lawrence
So
Maroney good for
2013?
Tom Brady?
Yes.
Okay, so Tom Brady, he had to go up to the line of scrimmage
Lying.
and call audibles.
No,
And
hold
you
on a
say that
second.
for
Y'all
one thing.
taking it.
Because of Tom
See,
Brady.
y'all taking it. This semantics thing. Maybe Dub is right about this semantics thing.
I told
Yeah,
you.
maybe you right. Hold on. Maybe you right about this semantics thing, bro. Because I never said that Tom Brady doesn't go to the line of scrimmage. I never said Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to the line of scrimmage. There's levels to this shit. Peyton Manning just did it a tier ahead.
Hold on, but
Y'all
why-
missing
no one-
that point.
No one answered my question. No one
It's
answered my
a tier
question.
ahead. Yeah, that's the part y'all missing.
No, but no
We're
one answered
arguing
my
that it's not
question.
a tier
But
ahead.
G-Baby, no one
It's
answered my
better, but it's not.
question.
It's the same.
But no
It's
one
a tier
answered my
ahead.
question when
tier
Peyton
ahead.
Manning got his ass busted by the Seahawks and Tom Brady beat them the next season.
I'll say
No one
this.
answered. No one
I'll
answered.
say this. I will say this about that point that you want. Tom Brady got ice in his motherfucking veins. Peyton Manning is like Matt Ryan. Motherfucker just chokes in big moments.
But the guy in the middle
How
said
is
he would
Peyton
take
Manning
Peyton
clearly
Manning
above
over any
Aaron Rodgers
quarterback.
then?
Because him and Aaron
wait.
Rodgers do the same thing.
They do the same.
So,
Right, you're
as a
right.
fundamental quarterback, Peyton Manning is elite. Now, when it comes to situations where there's pressure, where there's more pressure, Peyton doesn't always deliver in the times when you need him the most. That's it. That's why.
Okay.
That is why I don't have him
I'm
above
taking
Tom Brady.
Mahomes
Like
over
that's
here.
why I got Tom Brady ahead of him.
Okay, so that's fine. Stay right there.
If we
You
talking
said
just
he
pure
doesn't come
talent,
through- Hey,
Peyton's
so-
up there.
So stay right there. So you just said, hey, he doesn't come through in pressure moments sometimes. He doesn't deliver sometimes. Him and Aaron Rodgers are on the same level because they do the same thing with the same level of talent. I agree Peyton Manning's better. You said we missed the point that you said he's a tier above. That's what we're arguing. That he's not a tier above. That they're in the same
Oh, he
tier.
is. He still is.
He
I don't
is
know-
here above.
He definitely is.
Yeah, he's still a
it's
tier
no
above.
question about it. It's no question about it.
Okay. Y'all
He just knew more of the ins and outs of the game. I heard y'all talking about Brett
How do you
Favre.
know that?
Brett Favre.
Why?
Y'all gotta watch, bro. Y'all gotta know the shit. Like y'all gotta watch
Did
the
you
shit.
give
Let him go, let him
Did
go,
you give
let him
Peyton
go.
Manning and Aaron Rodgers the
Listen.
same test and one got a higher rating than the other? How you know
Listen, bro. You
My
talking
bad,
to
bad,
somebody
bad. Go ahead, bad.
who I know the sport, bro. I played it. I've watched it all my life, bro. I just know it, bro. The thing is with Brett. I heard somebody bring up Brett Favre. He just came out and said he played like the first 10 years and didn't know what a cover 3 was. Like, bro.
Oh, it's talking about Brett Favre at the end of his career, by the way. But continue.
That's besides the point. Second thing, we talk about his shortcomings in championship games and things of that sort. Yes, he had some losing moments, but Aaron Rodgers loses the whole game. Like the whole game. Yes, Peyton Manning will throw a crucial pick at certain times, but then Aaron Rodgers will have like the whole game where he just freezes. Like, how do you go and not score against San Fran in the championship game? How do you freeze against Tom Brady?
Now we're
championship
nitpicking.
game?
Now we're
Y'all about to
nitpicking.
make me. Y'all about to make me defend Aaron Rodgers. This is a new day.
Yo,
Yes, it is.
bro, you know how many
That's a new
moments you
day.
can go for Peyton and
Yeah,
say
you know
that
what I
he
mean?
ain't show up, bro?
Yeah, you know
Are we
many
serious?
moments.
That's why I'm just asking about y'all logic, the way, especially Justin, the way he's saying it, because I don't know what y'all talking about as a QB as a whole. They're in the same tier. Y'all niggas just dragging.
Peyton was Peyton.
I
is-
would say Peyton has a better IQ, yes, but
Yes,
as a
IQ.
quarterback and fucking delivering throws,
How did
throws,
Peyton lose to the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC divisional round that year? Was it him? He threw the
no,
pick.
that was TJ Ward. You talking about 1 year?
You
nitpicking.
talking about his defense?
So you're
That-
going
that-
to the
that-
wait. So you're going
you're
to the
going to-
year where it wasn't Peyton's fault, and then you're bringing up a year Aaron Rodgers. It was his fault. Are we going to bring
Yeah.
up the years it wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault too?
Yeah,
We're going to bring
but
those years up too.
What I'm
we
saying,
just gonna nitpick?
what I'm
nitpicking,
saying,
bro. We're just nitpicking.
There's a lot
what
of
I'm
times where
saying-
it was Aaron
I don't
Rodgers.
know.
Continue, bro. Continue.
But there's a lot of times it was
also
Peyton
on
Manning.
Manning.
That's
That's
the
the
same
same thing.
but
the same
but
thing.
listen.
Same thing.
Aaron Rodgers comes up short in full games, my dog. Full games.
Okay, I got a question.
You're not really understanding what I'm saying. Like
Peyton Manning,
dude,
Peyton Manning
dude
not showing.
he'll go and average 30 in the whole season.
What game are you talking
Hey,
about? Besides the
perfect
49ers?
example. Perfect example. I saw
It's
Peyton Manning
multiple-
not come through
hold
for
on,
a full game in the
it's
game that
multiple-
it mattered most in the Super Bowl with the number one offense
Yeah.
in history. He didn't come through for an
Did-
entire game
did-
with the
did
number
he
one
not
offense
play
in
the number one
history. Plus
defense?
Welker, Demarius.
That don't mean shit.
Yeah, that don't mean
Is that-
shit.
He has the
Is
number
that
one
not
offense.
considered-
You're Peyton
He has the
Manning.
number one offense.
Is that
You're
not
Peyton Manning.
considered
You know
a
why it doesn't mean
He has the
shit? You
number
know
one
why it doesn't mean
offense
shit,
in
dog?
history.
You know why? Because I saw the GOAT do it the
Is that
next season.
considered the top
Yeah.
five?
But he's the
defensive
GOAT.
all
But he's
time?
the GOAT.
It don't matter because
But
he's
here's
the
the
GOAT,
thing.
right?
Wait, hold on. You're
Is
about to
that
tell me.
not? Is that
You're
not
really about to
considered a top 5 defense of all
Wait,
time?
I don't
Is
give
he
a
not the-
fuck.
is
You're
that not the
Peyton
best
Manning. That's the
offense
number
in
one
NFL
offense in
history?
Yeah, was that the
NFL
history?
history.
Number one
Why are you
offense in
giving him
NFL
excuses?
Who
threw
says
for four-
that?
He
Who
threw
says the Broncos had the
Bro,
best
Let's
offensive
not act like
defense?
Tom Brady done won that game. The Seahawks didn't lose it.
He
The
literally
Seahawks lost that
Exactly.
game.
I think one of the major differences.
Because that
I'm not
year,
even doing
he
that.
threw
The
for the
Seahawks
most
don't-
yards.
I ain't even gonna do that.
No. Because that
I ain't
year,
gonna
he
do
threw
that.
for the most yards in NFL history. He threw for the most passing touchdowns in NFL history. That was the number one offense statistically in NFL history. That was better than the 07 offense statistically in NFL history.
You talking about
So
some
that's not wrong. That's a fact.
You talking about some he would choke the whole game and maybe Peyton would bro, choking is choking. Performing not like
and Peyton Manning,
understandable.
From snap one didn't show up.
But
from
you
snap
can
one in that Super Bowl didn't show up.
So what happened in like 2009
that
Super
was
Bowl?
That was on the biggest stage with the highest amount of pressure.
One other thing is this notion that you would rather lose early than
I hate that.
Than get to the game. Like,
bro,
that's the same Zelda was saying today.
He made
I
one
can bring up other years. What about the
There's multiple years. Peyton Manning
multiple years with this shit with Peyton.
One time.
One time, baby.
First off,
I have a question.
Second,
So if Aaron Rodgers.
Wait, so what happened in
Hold up.
2004?
I've been hearing you guys talk a lot without letting some of these guys get something off. Justin, what you got to say real quick?
There's a difference between being able to make every throw, but then also conducting an offense and being able to make every throw. And I think that's the big difference when it comes to Aaron Rodgers and it comes to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was literally conducting an offense. I don't think you guys understand that fully. Like, he was literally going through and breaking down defenses, making them change coverages while they're in the middle of plays. Aaron Rodgers will force a throw. He can make all the tight throws. Peyton was doing the same thing, but the way that Peyton Manning was breaking down defenses we haven't seen nothing like it.
Okay, Justin,
straight up.
Justin, I got a question for Justin.
Ask Ray Lewis,
we were
ask
talking
Ed
about
Reed.
we were talking about Aaron Rodgers earlier in comparing him to the 90s, not a lot of interceptions. You were saying that's because he doesn't force the ball. And now you just said Aaron Rodgers forces the ball.
Y'all kill me with that. Yeah.
That's where I'm confused.
Bro,
Didn't force the ball. What are you talking about?
Okay,
I
listen.
didn't say didn't force the ball. The offenses were different. I never said didn't force the ball.
Listen, on that point, just look up Aaron Rodgers' interceptions throughout his career. It shows you how the game changed throughout his whole career. His interceptions was up, and now they're going down
Because he was younger?
Because
game changed.
no.
The window
Because he got
Game
better.
has changed, bro.
Because he got better. What
Oh
the
my
fuck?
God.
He got better. What are y'all talking about?
So he got better.
So you can say the same thing for Peyton Manning, right? Because he led the league in
the same
interception
thing,
when he started, and then you can say
Aaron Rodgers started throwing the ball. Aaron Rodgers started throwing the ball away a lot.
Exactly. He's not taking them chances no more. He
Bro,
likes
y'all
them
just talking
stats.
with this
He
shit.
likes us
What?
talking about this.
We're nitpicking.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Nitpicking.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay,
when you
we're
talk about the
nitpicking.
greatest.
Okay, we're nitpicking, but nitpicking shouldn't be the reason a whole player is
Okay, hold
above
on.
another
Wait,
player.
hold on.
A whole level above
Aaron
this.
Rodgers
Y'all taking it as disrespect, and it's not
Aaron
disrespect
Rodgers
to Aaron Rodgers that Peyton Manning's a tier above. It's not disrespect.
it's not. That's our
Aaron
point.
Y'all probably gonna kick me off the show when I say this.
Aaron Rodgers just had 2 seasons of double-digit hits.
Y'all probably gonna kick me off when I say this.
Zay?
I got them two as the best
Zay,
of
what's
all
good, Zay?
time.
What's good,
I
Zay?
see you.
What's good, my boy? What's good?
It's all good, bro. But Peyton was just different. It's levels, and he was just at a different level.
Okay,
Can I contest one of the points y'all said? Because y'all said Aaron Rodgers' interception.
Hurry up, because I
started
got
high.
some super
Yeah,
chats.
that's fine. You said Aaron Rodgers' interception started high and then it started going down.
I
He
didn't
had
say
13
high.
picks. He had 13
I
picks
didn't.
in.
I didn't say high.
You
just said you went.
You just said he was high and then it started going down.
I said he started
semantics.
with more.
Semantics.
Okay, cool. More. He had 13 picks in 08.
Semantics is
He had
crazy.
11 picks in
Semantics.
2010. He had 13 picks in 08, 11 picks in 2010. He ain't never had more than 8 up until this year. Up until this year, where receivers couldn't get consistent separation.
I just personally think because when we both look at Peyton and Aaron Rodgers, they both multiple times. Because you look in 2004 too, and it's like 2000 and 01 too. They both had shit where they didn't come up clutch. They both really. Dub said it himself. You don't even count Peyton's second ring because he played like shit.
Yes,
Their whole
true.
career,
That's true.
Their whole career is damn near the same. They got all the MVPs and shit. And yeah, y'all trying to say it as the only thing that Peyton for real has over Aaron Rodgers is this. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it ain't that damn far because
That's the most important thing in a quarterback.
I know. I know.
That's the most important thing in a quarterback.
I know.
What are you
No
talking
shit, Sherlock.
about?
But they both had high IQs. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, why are we acting like Aaron Rodgers has like?
Why are we acting like Aaron Rodgers up here?
Whoever said
Nobody
that?
said
though?
that.
Nobody
I think
said
y'all
that.
just tearing down. Y'all trying to tear down Peyton.
Peyton Manning might have a higher IQ than Aaron Rodgers,
That niggas is dragging it.
but is
Yeah,
not
y'all
that
making it
far.
seem
It's
like the gap is
it's
this
maybe-
far,
it's maybe
when the
like
gap
this.
is right
The
here.
gap-
This is
right
how
here,
far the
it's
gap
right
is.
here.
And that's
Peyton
not
Manning got the
true.
highest IQ of any quarterback
Even
I've
though-
ever seen.
even
So
though
of course
Peyton
I'm
Manning
gonna
was
put
like,
IQ.
he was-
Where that shit was at
Even though Peyton Manning's
2004.
IQ was up here, I think Aaron
Bro,
Rodgers
bro,
throwing
bro.
Where was that
the
shit
best.
at in 09 when they lost to the Saints?
Where was that
Where was
IQ
shit
when
at
he threw that
09 when they
pick
lost to the
six?
Saints?
When he threw that pick six, where the
To
fuck
Tracy
was that
Porter.
IQ?
Where was that IQ
Yeah.
then?
Let me
then?
read off some of these super chats real quick, bro. Another one for Cool G. Cujo has a top 100 jacket just like Tom. We know Tom's the
Y'all
GOAT.
nasty with the Joe Montana disrespect, by the way.
Yeah, that
Rodgers,
is.
That
Rodgers,
gross.
blame ESPN. Rodgers not even over Mahomes from stacking tax.
Hey, if he get that one, if he get this
Mahomes
one on
is 10,
Sunday,
man. Mahomes is 10.
Mahomes is
Hey,
better.
Mahomes-
Mahomes is
Mahomes
better.
is
might be
10.
better. Mahomes might be better than Manning too, though. So we acting like
Not yet, bro. Nah, he got some work to do for that. He got work to do for that, bro.
That's not ridiculous.
see, and that's why there's tiers too, bro. Because okay, there's Tom Brady, there's Peyton, there's Joe, and that's pretty much my tier 1 right there.
better than Joe.
Literally. And then you got the tier 2 with the Elways. You got
Elway is nowhere near that, bro.
There's
What?
no way Patrick Mahomes. There's no way Patrick Mahomes is in the same tier as John
To
Elway.
say that John
Yeah,
Elway is
Mahomes
nowhere
is better
near
than
where is
John
crazy,
Elway.
bro.
John Elway,
Patrick Mahomes and John Elway are not in the same tier.
not in the same
Mahomes
tier.
Not.
clears
Not even ours.
John
What?
Elway.
Yes.
John
Bro,
Elway not even better than
like,
Steve
they're
Young,
not.
bro.
Clear. Yeah, John Elway isn't better than
That push
Steve
it.
Young, but we can keep
John
it.
Elway is John Elway is not better than Steve Young, please.
Mahomes
If you gonna put him in a tier,
That's
if you
nasty.
put him in a tier, put Mahomes in that tier with Joe Montana because he's right there. He above
Yeah,
him.
Mahomes doesn't go to that tier.
How's Mahomes with Montana? Y'all crazy, bro.
Why is he not?
Not yet.
The only thing
He got
He
a lot more to do in his career before I put him with Montana. You talking about like all-time greats? Joe Montana was the GOAT before Brady and Peyton Manning. Joe Montana was the GOAT. You ready to crown Pat Mahomes in his 6th year in the league?
Hold on, but they were
You gotta finish your career, dog.
crowning Pat Mahomes
You gotta finish your career before I crown you.
I'm gonna tell you like this, Judge. He my GOAT. I don't care what you say.
Who, Pat?
He's number 1.
Who?
Mahomes.
Mahomes is my number 1 too, baby. That's mine, bro. I don't care either. That's my GOAT. I don't care.
Last show you said I never said that you were right. Well, Dub, you convinced me you were right because I'm not gonna hold you. Dub, you convinced me on the argument of, you know what? If Mahomes is literally doing all these things the same level of Peyton, Aaron Rodgers, and you just mad that he ain't do it for 20 years, I'm not gonna hold you.
No, he
Listen, imagine if you guys have been, especially you beats the Eagle, who's damn near a super team. Listen, you guys have been arguing about Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers.
They can get the fuck out.
This man, besides the MVPs, this man Mahomes has done just as much than Peyton Manning and more than Aaron Rodgers in 6 years. That's crazy.
And
that's why he's the baby GOAT, bro. That's why he's
the baby.
He up there, baby though. You gotta put the baby in.
I don't care.
Hey, a Super Bowl this year will change things.
No, Justin. But the crazy thing is, like in 3 years, another 3 years go by. Oh, that baby gone.
Yeah, but that's what time tells though. Time is long, y'all. Time is long.
Absolutely. We just have to pray for help. That's about it.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck. If we hey, this is gonna be real nasty. I'm giving you fair warning, Dub, so don't use this against me because I'm intentionally being nasty. But I'm not gonna hold you. The way I saw Mahomes running for his life and falling on the ground and still hitting dudes on the money, and he was just dropping it. Oh man!
But hold on a minute, because we would have also said this. Because we would have also said this about Aaron Rodgers after he won that Super Bowl. We'd have been like, you know what? Aaron Rodgers, he's the best. There was a point in time where we were ready to throw Aaron Rodgers into that conversation.
You want to know why it's different? Because Aaron Rodgers didn't go to 5 straight AFC champs. Aaron Rodgers didn't come out the gate doing 5.
He didn't go to three Super Bowls.
Aaron Rodgers wasn't losing offensive weapons every year and still playing at the same level, bro.
Yeah.
This man is different.
Mahomes is different. How many 5 passing yards does he have?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
No. But you come off the rip, Dub. You come off the rip.
In your
You just
first
come
6
in the-
years, you got
He
2
come off the
fucking
rig,
games,
bro. He came off the rig breaking records. I'm not
Exactly.
Them
That's what I'm
first,
saying.
them first 5 years for
No
Mahomes,
defense?
if you compared them first 5 years to any of the top tier quarterbacks, he better than all of them.
All of
That's
them.
facts. That's
All of
facts.
them.
And we
5
can't
years,
say,
bro.
we
We
can't
need
say,
time. There's a lot of time, though.
Hey,
We need
and
time.
So
he was
I got a question
dominating
for
without a
Justin.
good defense.
I got a
I was
question.
about to say,
Yeah.
no good defense and no good run game either, because Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not it.
Yeah,
Oh
not
yeah,
it.
he hasn't had a good run game.
He's been
Yo,
big.
Justin,
running back right now.
this man, no, Mahomes is different, bro.
Oh,
He
yeah.
different.
I got
I
a
agree with
question for
you.
Justin.
I agree with
How many
you.
years? How many years does Mahomes have to play at this level since it's been 5?
I say
It's been
3.
5. 3 more. So
I-
8 total.
I want to see him. So here's where I'm at. I want to
If
see
he's at
Mahomes
10
prime.
total. Oh man.
Here's where I'm at. I want to see Mahomes prime. We haven't seen prime Mahomes yet, which is crazy to say. We have not seen it. We haven't. I'm being real. He could play better than this.
I don't
Mahomes
know.
could play better than this right now.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Mahomes, what is he, 26, 27?
He's 27. He's
Yeah, there's still y'all. We didn't think Peyton Manning threw 49 touchdowns early in his career. We didn't think we would see better than that. He threw 5,500 yards, 50 touchdowns later in his career. I'm just saying, the rules change, a lot of things change. Don't say we've seen the best of
No,
Pat.
you're right. You're right.
You're right about that.
You know why?
I don't
You know why our
Let me ask
reaction
you
was
this.
like that, Justin? You know why our
Let me ask
reaction
the
was
panel
that?
this. Let me ask the panel this. Do you think Mahomes is going to be the first quarterback in NFL history to break 6K?
He could.
Maybe.
17
Not
games?
if he don't. Not if he
Maybe.
keeps the what?
He could.
17 games?
Maybe
Yeah,
throwing
maybe.
people out sometimes.
6K is OD.
If he
and the
keep
thing-
losing
Let
weapons,
me
I
do
don't
the
know
math.
about
Let me do
that.
the math.
There's a lot of what ifs though, y'all. Like there's a lot of what ifs.
It
You
was
gotta
just
play
a
it out.
question. It
You
was
know,
just a
yeah.
question. It was just a
He
And
could.
the thing
What would
is,
he
when
get?
we talk about Pat's prime, like you gotta think last year is when they really start changing how they played Pat, because he can throw the top off your defense at any second. So now they just running everything, and he had to learn how to throw the underneath pass. So now he just gonna build on top, and that's why prime Mahomes is still to be seen.
Who asked the 6K question?
Me. I did.
Dub, that's 353 yards a game.
He can get that.
On
can get
average,
I don't know.
The way that the
Average?
league-
That's a lot of
the way that
yards.
He
the
can
league
get
that
that.
the way that the league is progressing. Look,
Exactly.
Justin
He can
Herbert,
get that.
Justin Herbert just broke a record for the quarterback to
Most
with
yards
the
in his
most
first
yards
3
in his
years.
first
Yeah.
That record is going to be broken in years to come, bro. So Patrick Mahomes, let's say he does have another 10 years. I think the league will shift in a way to being more pass happy, to where it's like he'll have an opportunity, especially with the extra game, bro. I'm like, yo, Peyton Manning did 5,500 yards, bro.
If anybody can get it, it's him.
It's
I'll
him.
say that.
Yeah,
say
yep. You come to the light, brother. Come to
I
the
say
light.
I'll say
The
that.
potential is there, but we've seen potential with a lot of players before, and so I mean, we got to put him up there. Like we got to put him up there, but I want to see it. Like I said, I want to see into his prime years, because we've seen great years from him already. I think there's more to come with Pat Mahomes, and if so, we're gonna put him as the GOAT probably next 5 years.
Hey, Justin, you know what I think he could do?
What's that?
Master the game like Peyton Manning.
I think so.
Let me read some super chats, bro. That was so fire from you, Max. So fire. From Tahiri Love. Hundley made a Pro Bowl and he mad at Warren Moon. Trent, that's directed at you. You gotta cut the Warren.
It was both. It was both the ass Pro Bowl.
Stacking tax. Gotta remember the NFL now adapted the college spread offensive style. It's easiest to be a QB today.
I could be nasty, but I'm not going to.
Trent can't define what relative to era means, from Chase Richard. Pro Bowl QBs were throwing 20 picks back then, from Stacking tax.
That's why the Pro Bowls don't. Yeah,
Pro Bowls don't mean shit.
Yo, Trent, Justin, I'm so glad you're here, because now you're a witness to this. I have told G Baby and Trent so many times, because they'll be like, "Oh, we're arguing semantics now. We're arguing semantics." And I said, "You guys are the people that argue semantics, which is why we get in this rabbit hole." So, Justin, what have you been doing this whole show?
Defending the same take, running over the rank. Like comments, the ones that get me the most is when I'm like, "Hey, Peyton Manning helped the run game out, and for whatever reason, that was a debatable thing. How is that debatable?
Okay.
Like, that really makes no sense to me. How that's debatable.
Can I rebuttal to that?
I had something to say about Adrian James.
Y'all niggas be
Because you guys tried to compare him on the Colts to right after he left. But how long do you think a running back's prime is? Because wasn't he almost 30 when he left the Colts?
Yes, bro.
So
Yeah,
shouldn't
that's
he-
gross.
Shouldn't he be becoming worse?
Naturally, yeah. Regardless, but
Going
Justin,
to
I wanted
become
to
worse,
say
his numbers are going to drop.
facts. But Justin, I wanted to
A
say
400
because-
drop off is crazy.
Because look, and
20 he
because
was
when
like
you said
29.
like you said because you
400
just
drop
said
off
right
is
now
crazy.
you were saying Peyton Manning
29
helped
with a
the run
worse
game.
O line.
That wasn't what we were
And a
arguing
worse
because
quarterback.
obviously if you have an elite
worse-
quarterback and they got to
a
worry
worse
about you
O-line.
throwing the ball, naturally that's going to help the run game. And you can say you didn't mean it that way, or you can correct it with whatever you want to do. That's fine. But what you said, which initially got me, Dawson, and Trent to react to you the way we did, is you said Peyton Manning is the reason Adrian James in that run game was elite, and we're saying no. It goes hand in hand. Adrian James was elite, and Peyton was. They helped each other because if you take off Adrian James and you put Jonathan Stewart from the Panthers.
See.
That's where you're losing me though.
That's the thing.
I think you're losing me there because you say Adrian James, right? Say he had 1,400, 1,500 yards. You put another back in that system with the way Peyton Manning was playing, and they would have been elite. They would have been 1,000, 1,200 yard back, even if they were trash. So what I'm saying, yes, I am serious, 1,000% serious.
Justin, you're really dead ass serious. So you're basically trying to say a top 15, say like a top 15 running back, not even like a top 10. Would be cool 11, 1,200 in that offense, just no matter what.
Yes.
No, I mean,
James Robinson
No.
to the Jaguars or the Jets now could go in that offense to get you 1,400.
Yes.
Dominic Rhodes was coming. Y'all were talking about Dominic Rhodes. The only reason y'all know Dominic,
crazy.
listen straight up. The only reason y'all know Dominic Rhodes' name is because of Peyton Manning.
So
Straight up.
So can
Would
Tyler
Damian
Algiers
Pierce go
walk
get
in?
1,400 in that offense? Would Damian Pierce go get 1,400?
Can Tyler Algiers go? Can Tyler?
He gonna try mad hard to.
Hold on. Can Tyler Algiers go average 1,400?
Baby.
Wait,
Try hard.
He'll try real hard in that offense.
Every
I
start,
just feel like-
Wait,
I just
but
feel
let me
like-
ask y'all this. Why is that such a far-fetched thing to say when
because that's OD.
wait, let me finish. Jesus Christ, Trent, you never let people finish. When Joseph Adai ran for 1,000 yards, he wasn't even that great of a pure runner.
Did they not call him? Forgive me if I'm wrong. Let me ask.
He called him
No,
elite.
Did you not call Joseph Adai elite?
He said he was an
Oh my
elite.
He had y'all missing the whole
1,400 yards.
point. He was in there because of that. Y'all, this is the semantics thing that Dub is talking about. He had that kind of season because of Peyton Manning. He was not a top 15 running back in the league. Y'all named 10 running backs better than him.
Okay, so wait.
what-
So Justin, could you not
God
say
damn.
he had that year too because of Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne with him too? So they opened up the passing game with him.
no, come
Oh, you
on.
can't say that either?
Come
Here we
on.
go, dog.
Are y'all dead ass?
Marvin Harrison wasn't
Yeah,
there.
see, this is where
You
losing me, dog.
This is where
Marvin
I'm lost.
Harrison
You
wasn't
losing me, bro.
there.
Oh, my
He
fault.
was not
So
there.
Reggie Wayne and Dallas Clark.
Listen. What
Open up the
job?
pass
What,
game, that's not
You said
What?
Dallas Clark? Did you just say Dallas Clark? Did you just say Dallas Clark?
Are you
You gonna bring up? You gonna be the kind of person that bring up Dalton Schultz in an argument in 10 years, right?
What are you saying?
Come on, dog. Dallas fucking Clark.
That's gross. That's gross.
Wait, why are you acting like Dallas Clark is the top 10 tight end of all time or some shit? Like he's
Bro,
You know what's crazy?
okay,
You know what's crazy,
okay,
Trent? You know what's crazy? Hold on. You know what's crazy?
What are you talking
Trent, you know
about?
what's crazy? Dallas Clark gets a couple 1,000-yard season and Joseph Adai, but one's elite and one's Dalton Schultz. But hey,
Listen.
Dallas Clark was Peyton Manning's tight end. That's why y'all know him. He was Dallas Clark
Yeah,
wasn't
and
some
that's why
elite
you're
talent
OD.
either.
How
You're
many?
okay.
How
Let me
many?
ask you
Y'all
a question.
crazy.
Let me ask you
How
a
many
question.
Not gonna lie,
We
y'all
gonna
being
stay right there.
wait. Let me
No,
ask
we
you
gonna
this.
stay right
No,
there.
I need to ask the question because Trent said top 10 tight end. Is Dallas Clark a top 10 tight end?
I don't know if I got him
All
top 10. I'm
time.
trying.
No.
All time hit. I don't know if I got him top 10.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Okay, so can we stay right there?
I don't know if he was even top 5 of that era. I'm trying to remember. I
Nigga, what?
Wait,
don't think he was even top. I don't think he was top 5 of that era.
Okay, so Justin,
Tony?
because you just
Do
said
we have can we
Tony
get some names?
Gates.
I need some names.
Oh gosh.
Then you can ask the question, but I do need names.
Yeah.
Tony Gates, Kellen Winslow.
I'm trying to go through the tight ends. So
Are we going all time?
Wait.
No. Just
Yeah,
that era.
all
Just
time.
even that era. Top
Just
5 in
So
that
what
era.
era are we talking about? 2000s, 2020,
2000. Look up like 2006
Yeah.
tight ends. 2007, somewhere in that era. Because that's when Dallas Clark was good.
Oh yeah,
Dallas
no,
Clark.
he was
Dallas
top
Clark
five
had
in
his best
the
year
era.
in 2009, but
There it is.
2007 is the season that you guys were talking about.
Say it's 2009. Who was the tight ends there? 2009.
2009.
Give me the top 5.
Let me look into it right now.
Dallas Clark's best years in 2009. Come on, man. You said top 10 of all time?
No,
That's not crazy.
not even close. Not even close.
You saying not even close, and I bet
That's
you
not
can't
crazy
remember.
at all.
Not even close. Not even
I don't
Why
care.
close.
y'all saying that shit?
Not even
Hey,
close.
hey, bro,
I just want to know where he's at all time yardage wise. Because top 10 is wild.
I need the 10. You
He's
said
probably
it's
like
not close.
back in the
You
10,
should be
he's
able to
still
get
top-
10
he
easy.
still
I
was
need the
very
10.
fucking good.
I need the
I
10.
can give you 10 off the bat.
No, you can't
Right
give
now,
me
10.
10.
I need 10. I need 10.
Yeah,
Give me
I
10
need to
off
hear
that.
the
I
10.
want you to lie.
Off the top, I don't got it. So y'all
Gronk.
call what you want.
Yeah, go
Gronk.
keep going.
If I had names, I'll tell you they're better or not.
Travis Kelce,
Yeah, keep
Cool.
going.
Kelly Winslow,
Keep going.
Sure, that's fine. Keep going.
Tony Gonzalez,
Keep
Yeah, keep
going.
going.
Antonio Gates,
Yeah, keep going.
Jason Witten,
Keep going.
also in that era.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hold on.
This nigga said Mark Andrews. That is crazy.
Jimmy Graham.
Fine, I guess.
Fine, I guess.
Fine.
Whoa! What?
What?
Did you say I guess?
Fine. Go ahead. Go.
No, he said fine. He said fine.
Jimmy Graham.
Because peak Jimmy Graham, we know what he was. He just didn't do nothing after New Orleans. That's why I said fine. Keep going.
Yeah, fine. Keep going, bro. Shannon
Peak
Sharp.
Jimmy
I give you
Graham.
another
Peak
one.
Jimmy Graham. We know what peak.
That's
Jimmy.
eight,
I'm a
that's
Saints
eight,
fan,
that's
so I
eight,
know what
that's
peak
eight.
Jimmy
He's
Graham.
Uncle
is.
Yeah, I'm a
Shannon
Saints
Sharp.
fan, so
He said
we
Shannon
know what
Sharp
he
is
is.
8.
He
Almost
might
lost my
be.
shit right there.
Uncle Shay, that's fine.
I
I
can't.
need
I
two
can't
more.
because I could say Ozzie Newsome, but that's going too far back.
Yeah,
for
we going too
some
far.
niggas.
We going too
Yeah.
far.
So-
top
so-
10 yards, bro.
So
Was
I
Greg
okay.
Olsen better?
He might,
Was Greg
he
Olsen
might
better?
be in that
Yes, he
fringe
was.
top 10.
No,
Vernon
no.
Davis. Vernon
Yes, he
Davis
was. All time. Yes, Greg
Hold on,
Olsen
I
all
got
time.
2000. I got
No.
2009. I got 2009.
No,
The
go ahead.
2009.
Greg Olsen. Y'all
All right, give me
tripping.
the
Greg Olsen's
2009
probably a
season.
top 10.
Hey,
Give me the 2000.
Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates.
Yes.
Easy.
Mhm.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yes.
Easy.
Cool.
Jason Witten.
Tony
We can get rid of
Gonzalez.
him.
Jason Witten. Right?
Easy.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis.
Easy.
Heath
In
Miller.
2009.
Easy.
No,
Easy.
not giving. No, I'm not.
Heath
I'm
Miller.
not.
I'm
Heath
not
Miller,
going.
easy.
I'm not going.
Yes,
I'm
Heath
not
Miller.
going.
Heath Miller, what did he do?
Y'all forget about Heath Miller.
Y'all forget about Heath Miller.
Wait.
No.
Y'all forget about Heath Miller,
Y'all
yo.
forget. Wait. Y'all forgetting about Mo Ali Cox.
Ah, no,
Hey,
no,
what
no,
did Heath
no,
Miller?
no,
What
not
did
right now,
Heath
not right
Miller?
now.
What did Heath Miller do in
If
09?
we talking about 2009,
He had like
I don't know
800.
about Vernon
He
Davis.
had
Hey.
800 yards.
Yeah, I'm not hearing about Vernon Davis either.
Yeah,
He's
I
not-
don't know about Vernon.
What?
Vernon
In
Davis.
2009, are you drunk?
In 2009, Vernon
no.
Davis had 965 yards.
Yeah,
and
in
13.
2009.
What
yeah,
is
I'm
going
not
on?
doing that.
Back then, that's
Yeah,
elite.
I was about to say, that's kind of
In
crazy.
2009, he
How
had
many of those
1100.
seasons did Dallas Clark have?
He only had one
Dallas
season
Clark-
like
How
that.
many
He only-
thousand
he-
yards? Wait, hold on.
he
How
literally
many
had
Top
one
10 all time. How much did top 10 Dallas Clark have over 900 yards?
You
Once?
said what?
once.
Vernon
How many times did
Davis-
Dallas Clark have over
I'm not-
8
I'm not putting him
touchdowns?
top 10, but I'm
Over
saying
8 TDs?
Probably-
for that
probably like
year
twice.
alone, Vernon Davis
does
was
that
not
matter?
better
Bruh,
than
come
him.
on.
Top 10 all time? Come
Come
miss me
on.
with that, dog. Somebody said Jimmy Graham? Come on, bruh.
Come on,
Jimmy
man.
Graham's better. Greg Olsen, I think, is better too.
I don't
I'm not
think
gonna
Greg
lie.
Olsen-
Greg Olsen is easily
Yeah,
better.
Greg Olsen is solid, bro. I don't know why.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I have
Todd Heap? Y'all, Todd Heap?
Todd Heap.
Come on, y'all.
So
I'm
Justin,
trying
I want to go back.
Hey, are y'all
accepting?
accepting Todd Heap though? Because y'all.
Yeah.
That's
Todd Heap
splitting
for sure.
hairs at this point. That's my point, JJ. We split.
So,
What-
so
what-
Justin,
what
I
was
want to
Algie
go back
doing?
real quick.
What was
You
Algie
said-
doing? Algie stats looking
You
like?
said you feel like Dallas Clark, he was only that way because he benefited
Forgot about
with.
this guy.
Delaney
Oh.
Walker? I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. He had a good peak though.
Hey,
So,
I'm
do you
I'm
feel like
forgetting
Dallas
Big
Clark
O.
only
I'm
benefited
forgetting
because
Big
he
O
was playing
in the
with
top
Peyton Manning?
10.
Nigga
Of
said
course.
Dallas
Of
Clark.
course.
Wait, Dallas
Can you
Clark
say
is
the
not
same
even
thing
top
for
10,
Rob
'cause
Gronkowski?
Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
We already said Travis Kelce.
Yeah, they already said Travis.
Can you say the same thing for
No,
Rob
I had him
Gronkowski?
at the back end of 10, like literally.
You say
Gronk
Jeremy Shockey?
played
You're
with
split
Tom
like
Brady.
you're
Jeremy
saying
Shockey?
Todd Heap, you're splitting hairs.
You say Jeremy Shockey?
Hey,
Can you say that Rob Gronkowski only
definitely
benefited from
forgot
playing
Shannon
for Tom
Sharp.
Brady?
No,
definitely
that's not
forgot
how that
Why not?
works.
Why not? No,
That's
no,
not how that works because the
Explain
talent's
it that
different.
way.
The talent is different. Rob is sitting there, mossing 3 dudes at one time. Rob Gronkowski's leading the league in touchdowns. Dallas Clark is happy to have 805. There's a difference between Rob fucking Gronkowski and Dallas fucking Clark. Come on, bro. You said Rob Gronkowski a beneficiary of Tom?
I got more names. What about Jimmy Graham? Can you say he was only that good because of Drew Brees? Because as soon as he left, he was mid.
Jimmy Graham was doing the same thing. He was a receiver. He was a receiver.
Wait, what?
Jimmy Graham is a receiver for the Saints.
You're lying. You're lying. He was not.
No, I'm not lying. How am I lying?
He was not the same after he left.
I'm not gonna lie. Justin, don't go down that hill. I'm not gonna lie. Don't go down that hill.
No, bro. Y'all got some stat you found out about Jimmy Graham, and now y'all running with it. Is that what it is?
Are you about to say he was the same?
Is that what happened? Y'all found like one mystery stat about Jimmy Graham, and now he's not elite.
Oh, hey, I'm not gonna lie. Kittle's up there too. I forgot. Kid, that's 10.
Kittle. And Shannon Sharp. And
We already said shit. But that's 10. That's 10.
Question though. We on this because we talking about.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. G baby, what were you saying?
Justin, you just said that Jimmy Graham was doing the same thing in New Orleans that he was doing in Seattle.
No, I didn't say that. Where did I say that?
Hey, no.
I never even brought the word up Seattle.
No.
Who said I did not say that shit?
He never asked the question. He didn't hear it. He didn't hear it then. He didn't hear it. He probably didn't hear the question you made. He didn't hear the question.
Because I said with Jimmy Graham, can you not say that he was only as good because of Drew Brees? Because the second he left, he wasn't the same. And
why wasn't he the same? Do you know that or no? Do you know why he wasn't the same or no?
Probably because he's playing with Russ.
Probably because he was injured. Probably because he was injured. I think y'all forgot about that, right? So context matters. Context matters, y'all. Y'all trying to throw you guys are trying to fight the semantics. It's not the same. Jimmy Graham was hurt. Y'all missing with that shit, y'all. See, y'all trying to. That's why I said you find these mystery stats and you think you found something. You didn't find shit. Jimmy Graham was a different player after he left New Orleans. That's the difference. Y'all trying to
Either way, he had a better peak season than Dallas Clark.
Y'all saying Dallas fucking Clark? Y'all don't know what you talk like. Really?
Nobody's talking about Dallas Clark. You're saying he was getting hurt, but he was whatever. Justin, you're saying he was getting hurt. I'm looking at he's playing.
Bruh, is that a movement now?
Like when I say Dallas Clark was Dalton Schultz back then, that's what I mean. Like y'all gonna go back and be like Dalton Schultz was elite at the time? No, it's the same fucking thing. Like that's the same type of caliber Dallas Clark fucking was. Say Delanie. So whoever dropped Delanie Walker, whoever dropped Delanie Walker in the chat, it's the same thing as saying he's gonna be one of the all-time great tight ends because he had a great season. That's not how it works. Context matters. Like that.
Hold up, but
Context matter again, baby.
Wait.
Hold up, Trent, because he's lying.
I'm with that one. Context matters, bro.
You're saying context matters, but you're not listening, Justin. You said he was always getting hurt, right? In 2015, his first year with Seattle, he played 11 games. Then after that, he played 16 and had 923. Then after
what kind of injury? What kind of injury did Jimmy Graham have?
Wait. Then he played 16 after that. Played 520. That got
G-Baby.
He had 16 after that. Got 6.
You gonna miss me with that, bro?
He was not the same. You see, he was getting hurt. He played 16 games.
Klay Thompson played 82 games this year. Is he the same player that he was? He came back, right? He came back from injury. Is Klay Thompson the same player? No, because the type of injury that they have. Come on, man.
Totally different.
Come on, bro.
No. You remember what the injury was?
Hold up, JJ.
Yeah, what was Jimmy Graham's
No,
injury?
because this is different because Klay tore his Achilles and tore an ACL. He missed 2 years off of that. Jimmy Graham ain't missed no fucking 2 years.
Jimmy Graham had back issues, bro. Back issues?
Back issues is serious, and he was still making the Pro Bowl.
Back surgery.
No one cares about the Pro Bowl, though. No one cares about the Pro Bowl.
We just said we don't care about the Pro Bowl.
Okay, cool. In 2016, wait. In 2016, after the year where he got hurt, he had 900 yards. The last time he played with what's his name, Drew Brees, he had 889.
Question. So that 900, how many times Dallas Clark hit that 900? How many times Dallas Clark hit that 900?
One time. One. Jimmy Graham did that after his injury on Seattle when he was trash, right? One time.
I'm Dallas Clark. I'm only addressing that. He was trying to say that Jimmy Graham was the same receiver in Seattle that he was in New Orleans.
Because y'all, the reason y'all so far on this Jimmy Graham thing is because y'all so wrong about Dallas Clark being top 10. That's only reason we're here. Y'all trying to find a win. Y'all took a huge ass L. Dallas Clark top 10. Come on, bro. Y'all went here and here and here. Like,
That's not.
y'all took us on a journey for the last 10 minutes.
Y'all keep going back.
Come on,
Y'all keep
bro.
going back to the Jimmy Graham fucking Dallas Clark shit. You trying to say that fucking he was like Dalton Schultz and he was a really good tight end because he's an elite blocker and he was a good fucking receiving back. You trying to diminish the fact that he had him like he was a fucking bum. That's what I was saying.
No
Y'all niggas kept
Dallas Clark was good. He was not an elite tight
really
end.
Good. That's my point.
He was good
because of that.
Dallas Clark was not an elite tight end.
Yes,
Can we get off that?
That's my point.
You think Dallas Clark was elite?
Yes, at one point.
That's the problem with this whole argument right now. Jimmy Graham was elite. Dallas Clark was not.
At one point, he was.
Like, why the fuck?
He had one elite season.
Because of who though?
Okay, now
That's why. Dub. What you're saying is why we're bringing up Jimmy Graham. Why we're arguing, bro? That Jimmy Graham, all his elite seasons was because of Drew Brees. He wasn't
no, just because he had Drew Brees as quarterback doesn't mean it was because Drew Brees. Y'all, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the fucking same. It's not the same. No, it's not.
That's so nasty.
It's not the same. It's not the same debate.
Give me 1 second. Because Trent and G Baby. Trent, I've seen numerous times. He would sit here and say that just because somebody puts up numbers that they're not that good, he says it's situational football. That kid was word for word what Trent has said. G Baby understands that logic of, yes, you could be in a situation where you could put up numbers, but that doesn't talk to the talent in which who you are as a player. That's the simple logic that he's trying to apply. What you are doing, G Baby, what you are doing, Trent, is what you guys are doing is just because they put up these numbers and that Justin is saying that Dallas Clark clearly benefited from Peyton Manning, you're trying to put that on the Jimmy Graham, where Jimmy Graham, it was obvious that he was just a very talented tight end. It was obvious, clear as day, no situation. Because after he got hurt with Russell Wilson, guess what he did? He did the same exact thing he did the last year he was with Drew Brees.
I'm not looking at stats because I literally just said when Dallas Clark playing, he was an elite block and he was a really good receiving threat. Y'all just trying to say it was because of Peyton. I'm not looking at no.
Dallas Clark was not who. Where did you get Dallas Clark was an elite blocker?
He was a really good blocker. What the?
No, you just said elite blocker. Where did you get Dallas Clark was an elite blocker?
Now you're arguing the semantics of it.
Now you're arguing semantics.
I'm asking you what you just said. You literally just said
that.
Watching him when they was running the ball and he was making good blocks because he was still a 3-point tight end. He wasn't no receiving tight end.
I got a question. Because I know we're probably not gonna get nowhere with that. Because I mean that's he say, she say. We got here from talking about Peyton Manning supporting cast. My question to you all is, in all these supporting cast members that you got, how many of them got jobs after and did well in jobs after? How many?
Yeah, that's a terrible statement.
Keep going.
How many? Monty Ball. What team he go to after?
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about, bro?
He was ass after.
Monty Ball was never good.
Oh, repeat the question.
He was good with the Broncos. He had 1 year with the Broncos.
Repeat the question, them, because I don't think they heard it.
Okay, how many of those supporting cast members from Peyton Manning's teams, aka Joseph Adai, aka Dominic Rose,
you brought up Monty Ball?
Monty
Ball has 700 career rushing yards. What the fuck are we talking about?
Wait.
What are we talking about, Monty Ball?
Listen to the point. Let him ask the question, bro. Please let him ask the question.
No. You're gonna talk elite running back. Monty Ball has 700.
Nobody said he was elite running back. He had a good season with the Broncos. He did. How many games did he get that 7? Hold on. Context matters. How many games did he get that in?
16 games played.
How many games did he start that year?
Oh my God!
He didn't start any.
Zero. He wasn't good enough to start, Justin. I'm sorry. He wasn't good enough to start.
He started fucking zero.
Okay.
He wasn't good enough, Justin. I'm sorry.
Please.
Oh my God. My bad, bro.
Yeah,
My bad, bro.
Mars,
Wait. Let me get these guys real quick because the idiocy in which you guys are talking about is annoying as hell.
They found one point. It's good.
What we clearly said was you're helping our point. That Monte Ball, you helping my point. With no Sean Marino, they weren't that good. And the fact that the Broncos' running attack was still an above-average running attack because of who Peyton Manning was. That's the whole point.
Wait,
that's what we're
about,
saying.
No, but that's one season.
He didn't play. He didn't play any season afterwards.
Dawson, what they're arguing is that every season that Peyton Manning had an elite, not even elite rushing attack, but their rushing attack was good, was because of Peyton Manning's passing attack. That's what Dub is telling you. Because every time they leave after that or they do something else, they never end up being the same person.
You had no Sean Marino, who wasn't shit.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Wasn't good until for a whole entire career of no Sean Marino's career, the time when he was his most relevant was with fucking Peyton Manning. Willis McGahee on the back end of his career would still have the Broncos still had a good rushing attack because of Peyton Manning. Monte Ball was fucking relevant because of Peyton Manning. That's what we're telling you.
But my nigga,
Monte Ball was never
wait, so
he was though.
Monte Ball was relevant at Wisconsin. That's when Monte Ball was relevant.
Can I tell you something real quick?
There's a reason we know his name. There's a reason we know Monte Ball's name. Straight up.
It's not because of Peyton. That's not because of Peyton.
Yes, it is. What are you
Dog, no, it's not.
Hey,
Wait.
He has 700 yards and we know his name.
Time out. Doug, what did you just say? Because Doug literally just said if he wouldn't be in the league because of Peyton. Dub, so you're saying he got drafted to the league because of Peyton?
Yes.
Oh my God, no.
But hold on.
He wouldn't have lasted as long as
he lasted 2 seasons.
Exactly my point. And in that one season,
he got caught in his second season.
Yo,
so what
that's my point, Nick. That's my fucking point.
Did he not play the next year?
He wouldn't have even gotten PT if Peyton Manning wasn't there.
That's not true. How the fuck you
That's not true.
All right, wait. I'm gonna try. I think I understand. Hey, no. To be honest. I think I understand where Joe is coming from. I want to say.
He's not even getting it.
Because Doug,
he's not getting it.
No,
you're not getting it.
I'm going to ask.
How you rush for 700 yards in 16 games and get cut? I've never heard of that.
Bro, hey, I want to say this. I think what Dub is saying. I think what Dub is saying though is if you change the quarterback in that situation, like you had a different quarterback in that situation, that running back is not even doing what he's doing.
They're giving the credit to Peyton, and they're not even the fucking O-line.
Who is Julius Thomas? Who is Julius Thomas?
Nigga, Julius Thomas was nice as fuck.
Hold up.
Win. Outside of 1 year with Peyton, win. Win. What did Julius Thomas do in his career without Peyton?
Wait, what happened with Julius Thomas?
Go ahead. Let me know.
Did he not get hurt like I said with Jimmy Graham?
No, he got hurt.
He did. He never played.
He got hurt. What the fuck are you talking about? He got hurt.
He never had Jimmy Graham got hurt and played still. Julius Thomas got hurt, never found again.
What's the difference?
Never to be heard of again.
Bro, he got $1 million.
I need to ask you a question.
He got $1 million.
I need to ask you a question.
Let you baby talk.
Dub, are you saying? So I'm going to ask for a clarification of your statement, and then I'm going to follow that up with a question. So, are you saying that when Monte Ball got drafted, you're saying that the main reason he was getting playing time was because Peyton Manning was there?
That's not the point.
No, Dub.
That's not what I'm saying.
Dub, I'm asking for clarification.
I'm telling you.
What's the question?
I'm telling you. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
That's why
I said
clarification.
That's not what I said. So yes, no, that's not what I said.
So what did you say?
That's not what I meant. If that's what you got from that whole entire scenario, that's not what I was saying. I'm about to answer. Jesus Christ. That's not what we're saying through this whole entire time. But the fact that Monte Ball, who got cut the very next season, as soon as they got, I think it was Ronnie Hillman, right? They got Ronnie Hillman. He got cut the next season. The fact that he was able to play throughout the whole season is because of what Peyton Manning was doing in that offense for him to benefit from that offense.
Wait.
Because if Peyton Manning is not there, if Peyton Manning is not there, Monte Ball is not going to have the opportunity to put the ass 700 yards that you guys are fucking talking about. He's not gonna have the opportunity to
Okay.
do that.
Okay,
He maximized his players. Maximized the players'
Because
ability.
this was my follow-up. That's why I wanted clarification. So you just said if Peyton Manning wasn't there, he wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that. Dawson, was Monty Ball not a second-round pick?
He was.
So you're telling me that if Peyton Manning wasn't the quarterback,
all right, G
no,
baby,
no,
that's
wait, I haven't even finished the question.
Finish it.
Don't go crazy. I ain't even finished the question. So
You don't
all
have
I'm
to.
saying is, so you're saying, Dub, if Peyton Manning wasn't there, the second round pick Monty Ball would have never got an opportunity. That's
Cool.
what you're
Yes,
saying.
sure. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
G baby.
No, I'm not arguing with you guys. I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing.
No, but G baby, no.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's exactly what I'm
G baby, I'm being dead serious.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
feel
exactly
like
what
you
I'm saying, bro.
misconstrued that. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie, that's not what he said,
What
bro.
he just said.
Hold on.
That's what
He's
he
saying,
said.
no,
If
he's trying to
Peyton
talk
Manning
about.
wasn't there, Monty Ball wouldn't have got as much.
I got a question.
Bro.
Hey, yo, down below. Let me
I
get
think.
let me
Oh,
get
go
I
that.
got a question for
Go ahead,
Dawson.
bro.
I got a question for Dawson. So Dawson, can you tell me why did he get cut from that team? Was it his
Wasn't he
play or was it off the field?
Well, it was
issues?
off the field issues. What his play suffered because he was like an alcoholic and other shit.
Okay.
That's why he. Yeah.
Okay. Valid. So since we want to do a deep dive,
His
go ahead.
play
Deep
le-
dive on
it's not his
Julius
play
Thomas.
level.
Julius Thomas got hurt.
It hurt.
Okay, no. Wait.
The Jaguars
Wait.
were
To
playing
go back to G baby's point though. To go back to G baby's
It's
point.
become worse
Yup.
without Peyton Manning. One player got hurt. The other was hurting his body physically, drinking, or messing up his physical ability. That's not Peyton Manning. That's themselves.
No, but, all right, bro. No, look. That's actually.
Oh, wait. Let me clarify something for
Nothing to do with
Zay.
Peyton Manning.
We never said you, Nick, and G Baby are the ones talking about him being out the league. We did not use that in a point in our argument. We did not say Monte Ball was so trash he got out the league. That's not our points. What we're saying that Monte Ball benefited from Peyton Manning, and then Nick bitched and complained about, oh, but he's out the league in the next season. So how good did he really play? So don't talk to us
really
about him
played
being out the
good,
league,
though.
because that
He
wasn't
didn't
our
play
point.
good.
That wasn't our point. That was never our point.
But I'm asking
It wasn't
if
your
he
point.
didn't
It
have
wasn't your
Peyton,
point of him playing good.
if he didn't have Peyton Manning, what do you think he would produce?
But
What,
yeah, that's
200
what I was
yards?
about to say. They're saying like what they're trying to say is Peyton Manning maximized what you
Thank
could have got
you.
out that player.
There
So
it goes.
with Peyton not being there, they're saying that he could have been worse. That's actually what they're
you-
saying.
you-
He
you-
could have been worse.
My
He
thing
still
is,
got it.
So if he goes from with
Nothing
Peyton
from
Manning,
him, though.
he was
That's what I'm
120
saying.
carries, 559 yards, 4 touchdowns. Right? I believe that's the
Nothing
number
from
2.
him.
Without Peyton Manning, what's the difference? Does he drop to
I'm
200?
just confused.
Does he drop to 100 yards rushing?
Hold
What's
on,
the
I
Dub,
think.
Dub,
Hold on.
Wait,
I think
hold on,
for my
wait.
clarity,
Hey, O-line
because I ain't got
matters
much longer on the show, so let me
Thank you.
get this
The
one out
O-line
real
does
quick.
matter.
For my clarity, all right.
Have much longer anyway. Go ahead.
So I think what the point is that Peyton Manning maximizes people's potential. So if Monty Ball would have went to another
I
team,
agree with that.
hold
I
on.
agree with
So if Monty Ball had gone to another team, there's a probability that he may have done well and looked good, but there's a bigger probability of most second-round running backs, he would have looked like shit. But with Peyton Manning, he had the offense and the quarterback to designate a higher rate of return and a higher success ratio than other situations. Joseph Adai was good. We say because of Peyton Manning, because he was in a favorable system for that. So when I talk about the outcomes, the range of outcomes, there's a marker here with Peyton Manning. If you're a running back, you have a very good chance of being good. If you are not with Peyton Manning, you do not have the same chance of being good. That's why he's an outlier. He's one of the very few quarterbacks in NFL history that made that consistently for all of his running backs. That's the point I'm trying to make.
My question to you was this: how much is O-line coming to play? Because you just keep saying Peyton this and Peyton that, act like he hasn't had a top O-line for almost all of his career.
I will say this: a great O-line is almost always complemented with a great quarterback is almost complemented always with great O-line play because they go hand in hand. A lot of times the quarterback makes the O-line, the O-line makes the quarterback. So I don't know what your point is there.
I'm just saying.
I think Joe Burrow's the exception.
It's very true. The
true.
Chiefs O-line is one of the best in the league this year. Why?
Yes.
I think Joe Burrow's the
always
exception.
been a
They have
Because it's a
very
good
good.
O-line.
They have very good offensive linemen though. It's not all.
Because
It's
of
not
good
Patrick
O-line.
Mahomes.
Protection. The quarterbacks don't get sacked a lot. The quarterback a lot of times is the driver for that because they're not getting sacked. They're making the right throws.
Okay, but you still have to block your O-line. Like you're trying.
still have to
I
have a
get
good
like you're
O-line.
trying to say what the quarterback shit, but like y'all missing.
I get what Justin's saying. The most important you're just part missing of the O-line. I get what he's saying though.
But I'm saying though, y'all trying to make it seem like
you're saying you're going O-line. You said Reggie Wayne. You said Dallas Clark. You said all this other shit. It's Peyton.
Because
there's a reason.
Make it just saying it's Peyton.
There's a reason it was. So listen. He had a top O-line. Did he have a top O-line his entire career?
Almost, literally.
So listen, so hear me out. So hear me out. How many quarterbacks go through their entire career with the same O-line, a continued top 5 O-line, you replace parts. You can't just say Peyton Manning had the exact same O-line his entire career. He didn't. There's a reason.
He never said that.
That's my point. Is that the reason why all these old linemen continue to be good? He had an offensive line, great offensive line. There's one contributing factor to all those years. He goes to Denver, the offense looks great. All these years, there's one consistent factor there. It's Peyton Manning. You're saying, it's the product of an O-line. His O-linemen change year in and year out. There was injuries year in and year out, but the one consistent factor was Peyton Manning.
Okay, so question is Jeff Saturday Peyton Manning?
Jeff Saturday's a Hall of Fame center.
A Hall of Fame center, right? He had it for like 10 plus years.
Okay, what's your point with that?
He had like Ryan Clay.
Who was his left tackle?
Peyton Manning didn't make the O-line at all.
Who was his left tackle?
What?
Since we name dropping.
You said what?
Who was his left tackle?
I don't really remember. His 15 years which plays the center, probably the most important part.
Left tackle.
Okay, so I hear you. You have to have pieces, right? They complemented each other. That's what I said in my initial take. I said great quarterback play a lot of times is aligned with great O-line play. You can complement those a lot of times. Not every time. A lot of times. But there was one consistent thing because the rotation, the O-line for the Colts changed over the years. Guess what didn't change? The production of that offensive line and Peyton Manning's production.
Did it really change though? Honestly.
Yes.
You think Peyton had the same O-line in 99 that he did in 09?
I'm not looking at my
come on, dog.
Do you think so?
Obviously not.
Come on.
Obviously not. Like,
wait.
That is my point.
Can I ask you, baby?
Yes, of course it changes. People grow old, people retire.
That's the whole point.
G-Baby, what Justin's point is this, right? Do you guys agree that quarterbacks could make up some deficiencies within the offensive line? We've seen it with Aaron Rodgers. We've seen it with Tom Brady, right?
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what Justin is saying is that Peyton Manning is the common denominator that, yes, there are pieces there, but Peyton Manning, the impact he has in alleviating some of the pressures of that offensive line helped contributed to that offensive line being a top 5 level offensive line. That's all he's saying.
But I'm just saying because none of y'all, because he didn't bring up the whole time, like this whole conversation we've been having about Peyton, none of the O-line that got brought up.
When do we ever do that?
He had a top 5 O-line for a decade plus, even with the Broncos before he even came there.
Listen.
Hey, I'm gonna hop back on with y'all soon. Peace out.
All right, Justin, you have a good one,
bro.
Yes, sir, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yo, appreciate you guys for tuning in, bro. We've been at this for 2 hours, bro. We got 200 people in here. Like the video. We will start bringing more guests on here, so be prepared for that, especially in the off season. But other than that,
guest. No, hold on. What's your name at the bottom?
Who, Ben?
My bad, I didn't hear.
Yeah, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah, so salute to y'all, bro. Y'all be easy. Zay, JJG, baby. Anybody have any final words before we head out?
Yo, y'all niggas is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, y'all is gross as shit.
Y'all
Joe Montana's a great quarterback. I don't know what the hell that.
Y'all niggas is fucking disgusting. Dub, be ready for Saturday, nigga. Niggas on your head.
Oh yeah.
Ben, the handicap match. Y'all gonna get
Saturday, Ben. I hope you're ready to get flamed or not flamed.
Like y'all
absolutely toasted in this debate. But continue.
Yeah,
y'all heard it. I'm gonna have to join.
100%. Well, it's gonna be a face-off, but be tuned in for this Saturday for the Gridiron Bowl, bro. You got G-Baby Trent, and myself going up in the handicap match. They're gonna try to tackle the big dog, the big bro. It is what it is.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Nick is going up against who? You going up against? Ben. Nick is going up against Ben. Fluent will be against Lightwork. OJ will be up against Bama, and J-Rob will be up against Mookie. Tune into that. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe, bro. Peace.